And boom, there it is. Good morning, you beauties. This is definitely a high five kind of morning, and maybe an embrace kind of morning, whatever you need to get you through the day, through the midweek, we got you. It's your feel-good kickstart to the second half of the week.
The second half, it's official. It feels so good to be at this stage of the week. But let's talk to you about why it's so exciting, because we've got a lot on our list this morning for the next 3 hours. We're going to start off by meeting the eliminated contestant and top 3 finalists of Tastemaster SA Season 5. We're talking about Melisha Hosking, and we're about to find out how her passion for baking got her this far into the competition. I hope we get to taste wise.
Oh man, and she's brought us the drama. She's had high points, she's had some major lows, she's picked herself back up again. She has been an absolute warrior, and she's going to set the tone for our culinary hotline, because we're all about the kitchen and all those conundrums today. And we're going to cook up some Asian-inspired dishes this morning, from kimchi, fried chicken with Japanese-style corn, I like that, to whitefish, toasted with sesame gochujang sauce.
Whoa.
Oh, my word.
Wow.
Look at that.
This is international,
I think our brain just switched off, both of us, at the same time for a second there when we saw the food. I'm sorry, but we're going to have Beatrice Geraldo in the studio this morning, the chef and owner of Satiate, which sounds like an amazing, I don't want to call it just a restaurant, an experience, so we'll get into that
I
as well.
hope that this is the day that you came hungry, Mzansi, because it doesn't stop there. We've got another chef entering the building, and one that we're very familiar with. Chef Clem is coming through. He's got a non-stick aluminium cookware range that is obviously going to show off. So show and tell is getting a bit interesting this morning, and he's going to be putting it to the test in a pancake challenge. So the bellies are going to be...
If I'd known that, dude, I wouldn't have come to work here. Do you know, I don't think I've ever made a pancake correctly in my life, and I've tried probably 738 times.
Bro, this is going to be the turning point.
Let's hope this is the moment. Could be the day. We've got this. But we're going to have a whole lot of fun in between all the madness, the craziness, and the delicious food. And we want to start the conversation with you right now, please. So take a look at our socials this morning and start commenting. And we want to find out from you, and this one hopefully will get a laugh. What's the funniest thing that ever got sent to your family's WhatsApp group? Oh, my word. I don't know if we're ready to open this can of worms, but we are here for it. Share your laughs with us via WhatsApp. You can send a voice note. 063-408-8863 is the number to use. Or you can just stay on the socials all day. There's some amazing social media content coming your way. Our team is phenomenal, and they'll be behind the scenes for the next 3 hours. And of course, we do have some official duties to get through as well. I'll be touching on some of those major sporting headlines in a moment and bringing you up to speed with all the latest on the weather front, which I know has been crazy. But of course, let's set the tone for the day, bring you the major talking points from yesterday's news and see how it affects you this morning.
Thank you so much, G-Man. Yes, official duties must commence, and let's start off with national headlines. Now, President Cyril Ramaphosa has instructed the Special Investigation Unit to probe maladministration allegations at Nelson Mandela Bay Metro in the Eastern Cape. Now, the investigation aims to uncover illicit actions by municipal staff and recover losses linked to a dubious streetlights supply contract. Now, according to spokesperson Kaiser Khanyago, the probe covers activities allegedly spanning from November 2020 to July of this year. Now, Nelson Mandela Bay Metro officials welcomed the investigation, with Mayor's spokesperson Cupido Barron affirming full cooperation in providing necessary assistance. While sticking to national headlines, the South African Revenue Service has confirmed that the tax season has kicked off, with 191,000 online returns already submitted. Now, they report that over 5 million taxpayers have been assessed through the automatic assessment process within the first 14 days of the month. Now, this resulting in repayments totaling 10 billion rand during this period. Now, Edward Kisvetter, the Commissioner of the Revenue Service, noted the increased investment in modernizing the service's digital platforms, which has significantly eased taxpayers' ability to fulfill their tax obligations. Well, we now move to international headlines, and hundreds of thousands of lives could be saved this decade, and that's thanks to new malaria vaccine. Now, the head of the jab development team had this to say. Now, Sir Adrian Hill, professor of vaccinology at the University of Oxford, said he hoped that R21 Matrix M would pave the way for a really serious, quote, attempt at eradicating the disease. Now, the first doses of the vaccine were rolled out in the Ivory Coast on Monday, and it is the first malaria vaccine to meet the World Health Organization's target of 75% efficacy at preventing the disease. Well, next up in the headlines, authorities in Gaza say at least 50 Palestinians have been killed and dozens wounded in a series of Israeli airstrikes in south and central parts of the region. Now, one of the deadliest attacks occurred in the designated humanitarian zone of Al-Mawasi, and that's west of the southern city of Khan Yunis. Now, another strike hit a UN-run school housing displaced people in Nusayrat refugee camp, which is in the central Gaza. Now, the Israeli military said both strikes had targeted members of Palestinian armed groups and that it was looking into reports of civilian casualties. Well, last in the headlines, Good Hope FM will team up with Ladles of Love. Now, this is to take place at the V&A Waterfront on Mandela Day, and that's tomorrow. Just a reminder to all of us, and this is to aid 5,500 children in need. And in the attempt, this is to process an attempt at a world record for the most volunteers involved. Now, the morning show with Leanne Williams will broadcast live from 9 a.m. to noon, and this is to take place at the Lookout venue. Now, this is where volunteers will make sandwiches, pack nutritious boxes, craft toys, and assemble educational materials and garden kits for children in the poorest Cape Peninsula communities. Now, this event promises a vibrant atmosphere with Good Hope FM presenters engaging in activities with the public. Now, each ticket bought via web tickets will not only fund 40 healthy meals, but will also allow participation during the V&A live broadcast. So, what are you waiting for? Go get your tickets and stick around for the rest of the headlines, because here's the G-Man with the latest when it comes to all things sport.
Thank you so much, Rael. Now, on a day where there's not a huge amount happening in the world of sport on the field, it's quite a big one, some gravitas. Let's start with the really good news. Salman Murat will captain the Springboks for the first time in their final incoming series test against Portugal in Bloemfontein this coming Saturday. So the 26-year-old becomes the 66th Springbok captain and the third in 4 tests this year as well. I think they're testing out the depth of the squad moving forward, and the squad includes some really new talent as well. In fact, 7 uncapped players, and marks the season's first appearance for Rugby World Cup winners Lucanio Am, Manila Bok, Kobus Reina, and Trevor Nyakane, and of course Thomas du Toit packing in as well. And the kickoff is at 5 p.m. on Saturday. Let's sell out to support this team. It's going to be a fantastic run into the end of this particular season. Now, we stay with rugby news, and the Springbok women will face Japan in the opening game of their 2024 World 15-2 on Friday, and that's the 27th of September in Cape Town. So our ladies will also compete against Australia and Italy in the same tournament. That will be held in Cape Town at Athlone Stadium, which is becoming quite a hotspot this year. Scotland and Wales, they'll complete the 6-team roster as well. So quite a strong field. The other World 15 tournaments kick off the same weekend in Canada and then in Dubai. That's the third iteration of the event, with the final 6 Women's Rugby World Cup 2025 spots up for grabs. That's how much it means. Now, big news in football, and I think we were waiting for this announcement to come out, but he's done it himself. Gareth Southgate has announced that he is stepping down as England's manager. That, of course, following Sunday's loss in their Euro 2024 final. So the 53-year-old, who led England to successive European Championship finals during his 8-year tenure, confirmed his departure in an emotional statement. And we quote, "As a proud Englishman, it's been the honour of my life to play for and manage England. It has meant everything to me, and I've given it my all, but it's time for change and a new chapter." Very well said. Now, let's turn to tennis, and generations colliding. Rafa Nadal cruised past Leo Borg. Might sound familiar. Well, that's the son of tennis legend Bjorn Borg, to reach the second round of the Borgstar Open. And that was in his first singles match since the 27th of May. Nadal securing a 6-3, 6-4 victory under some wet conditions as well. Clearly quite a challenge. Both Nadal and the 21-year-old Borg, they entered the Swedish clay court tournament as wild cards. Nadal will next face 5th seed Cameron Norrie, who's in good vein of form at the moment. He defeated Slovak Josef Kovalik 7-6. That was 7-4 on the tiebreak, 6-4. So we'll certainly watch that space. But that's where we leave our sport for this hour. I know the weather has been crazy, so let's get the latest from Carl Wasty right now. Apologies for that little glitch in the matrix. Let's continue with our weather warnings. People living in the Cape Winelands, the city of Cape Town, parts of the West Coast, which has been really hard hit, Tiavatus, Kloof municipalities. Please all brace yourselves for more disruptive rain today. It's such a dramatic thing.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Good morning and welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. If you've just joined us, we're about to jump into some Currie Cup action. And of course, the week 2 of the Currie Cup got underway this weekend with electrifying performances as the Cheetahs, the Lions, the Bulls each secured commanding victories, showcasing their dominance and setting the tone for a very thrilling season ahead. We have rugby journalist and probably the best good-looking and amazing individual we could have thrown onto this couch, Nathan Gogela, joins us to unpack the weekend's action. Nathan, what a pleasure.
How's it, Carl?
It's not often that someone's charisma fills the entire couch,
right?
Dude. But wow, you got it this morning. Could it have something to do with the new Springbok captain? Very proudly putting his hand up, Salman Murat. Congratulations, our 66th captain of the Springbok team. This has made such an impact within rugby circles. Why is that? What is it about this guy?
I think just the fact that he's a player of colour. We shouldn't hide the fact he's a player of colour. He's grown up in Paul. Played SS schools, played SS under-20s, and he was a captain for both of his teams. Russia always earmarked him to be the Springbok playing the leadership role within the Springbok. So he's done a very good job. So all the best for him and his family down in Paul.
And
so I'm sure Paul Boers will be watching it as well. So.
Oh, yeah, man, the chain continues. But he's also just a lovely man. So kudos to you, my friend. Congratulations.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. And I think now we go to Currie Cup, and it's a beautiful competition because you have some of the most incredible performances as well. I'm not going to get to the Lions. We can start with the Cheetahs against Western Province. Let's start there. I have to, as much as kind of can break anybody who's from Western Province. But let's talk about that for a second. Cheetahs Province as a little taster.
No, just a disappointing game for both Western Province, for Province, losing the first game, second game against the Cheetahs. Cheetahs are the reigning champions in the Currie Cup. It doesn't help losing 15 players after the URC season for Western Province and only recruiting 3 or 4 for them. Only one person playing of the 4, which is Wandisile Simelani. So it doesn't really help. Playing club players as well against the Cheetah side is nearly full strength. So just unfortunate for the Western Province. So I think they need to recruit some more or play their big guns coming up soon.
It's a difficult one to manage because normally it felt like we would start with the Currie Cup, warm up, see the talent, then we're drafted in. But it's a kind of different ecosystem now. And I think the Cheetahs, with their kind of 1 foot in Europe, 1 foot on the top tier, 1 foot in Currie Cup, kind of had it really down. I think for me, the team that has shown the most growth over the last few years, and you can see it on the field now in a big way, in all formats of the game, the Lions. And we often kind of paint them with one particular brush, but what they did against the Pumas was just insane. What is working within that Lions camp at the moment?
I think the Lions, just such a young side, they obviously were rebuilding phase with the new coach. They're doing very well. Just unfortunate the Pumas, poor performance by the Pumas at home in Nelspruit. I'm sure Jimmy Stonehouse is making the boys run laps around the field.
They're still doing it now, yeah.
100%. So it's, for the Lions, they missed a few key players, Sanino Hamba, but again, they did very well. They had a few, Mone van den Berg, who's playing for the Springboks this weekend, is now was on the bench for them. So just unfortunate. I mean, losing about 70 points doesn't look good for a team that was earmarked to be in the semi-final for this season.
For
so
sure, and they always
beating
put their
Greek was in first week. Now is losing such a big margin against the Lions in the second week.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the margins in terms of the victories, it's quite significant. I mean, you look at the Lions result, then also Bulls and Griffins as well. I mean, what do you think is the secret sauce on the Bulls side in their decisive victory over the Griffins? Because it was kind of like everybody wanted to put up their hand and say, like, Rassie, remember, I'm still playing here, hey? And that's what the Bulls played like. Do you think that was like a motivational factor in them? And what type of strategies did you see in that game, especially over the Griffins?
I mean, just looking at the Bulls team. I mean, just look at management. They've got Kennedy Timba, who's the backline coach, who's a Hall of Fame in the Currie Cup.
Yeah.
Vanna Krier, forwards coach, who played for the Springboks, played for the Bulls, and they got Pio Mnomlomo, a big name coming out of Eastern Cape. And then look at the players. I mean, got SS Schools players, you got elite players within the Bulls setup.
Yeah.
I think it just shows the depth they have in the Bulls setup. I mean, Griffins are struggling. They lost 2 games now in a row, by big margins, so for them it's going to be a tough season.
Well, I mean, this is the blessing and the curse of the Currie Cup, because you might find yourself scrumming against a Springbok. You might find yourself with the Springbok selector watching you, waiting, and 7 uncapped players in the Springbok team this weekend. So the young'uns, you're absolutely on the money, are thinking, hang on a minute, there is an opportunity for me now. That being said, who's going to shine? Are we going to see a bit of maybe a 2-horse race developing? Sorry, Province, moving into the...
Still early, but
yeah,
come
that's
on.
what kudos, but I've been beaten too many times, maybe. It's the Spurs and me coming out. Who do you think is going to shine this season, and who do you think the dominant force is team-wise?
I think just looking at the unbeaten teams, Cheetahs, reigning champions from last season, Lions unbeaten this season, and it also got the Bulls. Bulls got a lot of depth. I think those 3 are tops at the moment. But you must remember that the final of the Currie Cup will be on the same day as the URC round 1. So it's going to be very interesting what teams do in the latter parts of the season.
This is interesting.
When they start to thin them out. But that's generally when the Cheetahs just start.
Well, this is what's going to happen. Yeah. Also, just in terms of players as well, I would love to know and hone in on some of the players. We look at that Springbok squad coming up against Portugal. I did mention it. A lot of them are going to put up their hands now saying, like, Rassie is looking like he's going to harvest some of us. We better play our best game. So what type of players are you... in fact, if there's one that comes to mind that you believe Rassie should be looking at with a bit more intensity, who do you think it is?
I think just looking at the Currie Cup, we've got 2 players from round 2.
Yeah.
2 players, Lobalo Dobela, the Fluff of Griquas, from round 2, impressed me. Then Sam Francis as well. The 2 Flavs really impressed me in round 2. It's nice seeing that these players are given opportunity. Obviously, the URC players are rested, so now we see the new crop of players coming in through the system.
Yeah.
So I know latter parts of the URC players will start feeding through, but so I think the new crop is exciting for me, because I mean, I've never heard of Sam Francis, to be honest, and it's weird because I'm a sports journalist, but it's good to see that these players getting opportunity and performing.
Well, I think the best thing here is that for rugby players now, you can plot such a clear course from school to the Springboks now, and it's not a lot of steps if you get into the right tournament to have the right kind of opportunity. And for me, the Currie Cup is giving that opportunity where you get to see that champagne rugby teams expressing themselves on a different level, and of course the best young guns coming through, just like this young gun. You must be going to a sales pitch or something after this, Brew, but you're going to nail it. Really.
I'm actually a financial advisor, but we still should talk about that.
Oh, now he's going to start charging for his advice, so we're going to end the clock right now. But wherever your allegiances lie, let us know how you're feeling about the Currie Cup, about any young stars we should be tracking, or more importantly, Rassie should be tracking in the breeding ground of SA rugby talent.
Mr. Gogela, thank you so much for coming through with that conversation. And gents, we absolutely love it. I think a lot of us might be feeling a little bit more tense after this past weekend's game. And that's why we're introducing you to this. Because this morning we're going to introduce you to the body roll machine. Yes, you heard correctly. And it's a revolutionary roller massage that boosts lymph drainage, detoxifies, and enhances circulation. Now, this powerhouse not only improves general well-being, but it also firms your skin, tones the muscles, and burns calories. guys. I'm noticing how everybody's now suddenly, oh, what did you say? Toning? Ooh, I want some of that. Listen, we've got the owner of Body Roll, Bloberg, Tony Smith, in the building. She's joining us to take us through this revolutionary machine. And Tony, I've seen it online.
Yes.
I've been dying and so excited to try this thing out for myself. But firstly, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Obviously, like I said, so excited to test this thing out. Let's talk about what we have in front of us. This is the Body Roll machine. Is this what we're looking at?
So it's a pretty revolutionary machine. Basically it's powered with it's basically like a gigantic foam roller on steroids. Yeah.
I love the sound of that because every day I find myself either taking like what looks like one of these massage sticks that you have, except you have like 100 of them there. I spend all night working this. I'm spending all my night foam rolling. It's actually quite tiring. So this might be my new solution.
Yeah, amazing. You can just like chill back and it does the work for you, basically.
Okay.
Yeah?
So talk to me about this. How does this thing work exactly?
So basically it works as like I said, like a gigantic foam roller.
Yeah.
And it's always rolling towards your heart. So whatever position we're sitting, sorry if I'm just...
Oh, we got a cue card.
Yes,
Oh, bring it out, okay.
So whatever position we're in, the roller always has to move up towards your heart.
Oh.
So because it's moving lymph doesn't move naturally.
Yes.
So like your circulation and stuff always gets pumped by your heart. Your lymph actually needs to be stimulated. Usually, and it can be done with your hands, it could be done with breath work and all of these things, but the body rolling machine is like doing all the work.
That's amazing.
For you,
and if you understand how important it is to get that lymphatic system working,
Yes.
we need to get rid of that lactic and get rid of all those byproducts that we use.
Get rid of all those toxins.
Yeah.
You know, overall health. It like improves your immune system. It just like helps circulation. When I switch it on, you'll see that there's infrared lighting as well.
Okay.
And that just helps penetrate the lymphatic system better, penetrate circulation better.
Okay.
So I'm excited for you to try it out.
Yeah, and I was just going to say, like, we can put the cue cards away because we have the real thing here.
Yeah.
I'm dying to actually see it. We don't have a lot of time, so let's show off, Mzansi, how cool this machine actually is and how exactly it works. Yeah, what do we do?
So we press start. Immediately it will start going.
Cool.
You can control the speed, you can control the pressure. The way you control the pressure is just by putting more pressure on the machine. So let's start with your first position. So getting onto the seat behind you.
So I'm coming this way,
Yes.
right? Sitting down?
Yes.
Okay.
And getting your feet on it.
Getting my feet. Oh, like just
On
rested.
it.
Oh,
Just rest
this
your
is
feet
cool.
On
All
it.
right.
On your, like flat on there.
Oh, like this.
There we go.
Oh,
So that's the first position.
okay.
There's 15 positions complete. It feels very weird in the beginning. It's very ticklish.
Yeah, but this is cool.
But as you can see, you don't really stimulate that part of your body ever. So this is like just moving and just getting that blood flowing and things that don't generally move.
Yeah.
Like, and again, it's moving towards your heart. So it's just like bringing all those things toward your heart.
It feels so cool. And again, we use so much of our feet every day. We're putting so much impact and pressure on it. Why do we not invest and nourish it like this?
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, what's next?
Okay, next position is you get your calves on there.
So what I attempted to do earlier, right?
Yeah, so
just pop it on there like that?
Exactly. So move your seat slightly closer, just so you can get as much as you can in there.
Listen, I did a hectic workout yesterday on my
this is
legs.
very good for your calves, very good.
Oh, can we just like do the rest of the show like this? This is incredible.
Yeah, just like get machines for everyone.
No, Tony, this is the thing I'm talking about. The fact that I'm getting probably a better stimulation from this as I would instead of like doing this myself.
Yeah.
And also when I'm using a foam roller, I've got to use so much energy to leverage
like,
my body and push myself back and forth.
Exactly.
Ooh,
so this is, like I said, is doing it for you.
Yeah.
And again, you can play around with all the movements. So you can go inside, you can go outside, all the angles you want to.
This is so cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry for acting like a big kid right now, but I am literally excited at the potential of what this can do.
And as you see, as the time goes by, the machine will actually heat up, and that's also how it will penetrate better, and that's how it gets your circulation going. This is why it's beneficial for weight loss and all those other
I'm
nice
really
things
upset that
people are
every
very
session of mine is only like 10 seconds.
We'll come for a full session.
All right, so what's next?
Okay, so your next one is you're going to get yourself on the machine like this.
Oh, no, like ITB, side of the quad.
Exactly. So
I've been yearning for this. Come on. Okay. So you just lean up against
it, right?
Just
lean up against. Don't sit on it, but like lean up. Try and get your whole thigh in. Yes,
wow.
Yes. And don't forget to get your other side in as well.
Oh, my word.
So generally, all the positions are 3 minutes long. It's a 45-minute session in total.
Okay.
Everything is 3 minutes long. Here, we're speeding it up for TV.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty incredible. Like, again, how often do you get to massage these parts that the machine doesn't get to?
Wow, I feel like I'm in some version of heaven right now. This is absolutely incredible. How long, not how long, but how often could you do this? Is it something you can do every
So it's
day?
recommended to do it twice a week. If you want to receive the best results, recommended to do it twice a week.
Yeah.
And it's always like encouraged to do in conjunction with working out. Like you can do it without, I mean, we don't want to encourage not working out at all. This is more like a complementary thing. Let me just go on to show you the next one. This one is a little tricky.
Ooh,
So you're going
okay.
to straddle the machine.
Whoa.
And then you're going to put your machine, you're going to put your leg up here. So
Yeah,
that your
yeah,
foot
yeah,
placed
yeah.
Here, and then you're going to get inside of your thigh and then just kind of like play with the height of it.
This is like a heaven sent. I tore my adductor recently, so,
Okay, so
this
could
is
help.
exactly
It
what I
really-
need.
Exactly,
Yeah.
it really helps with recovery and stuff, and this is why we like to present it to sports people,
Yeah, and I'm also
because it really does help encourage recovery of all the strained muscles. There we go.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
And if you understand things like, I think, let's talk about fascia maybe, when you
Yes.
have that scar tissue that builds up and you
Yeah.
have that tightness in the body from
Yes.
overworking,
Yeah.
this is almost a great way to get that balance
Exactly.
back, right?
And all the cells that's getting oxygen that
That
wouldn't
was too short.
usually- I stole your time a little bit there. Okay, so now we change positions. Now you face the other way,
All right.
and then you're getting the other leg.
And I love the ergonomics of the machine now because, like you said, these are quite awkward positions to normally get into, to
Yes,
find these
exactly.
weird angles.
Imagine yourself on a foam roller doing this.
And
yeah?
if you ever saw me on a foam roller, you'd be like, what on earth is going on here? Because the shapes and the angles you have to put your body in.
Exactly.
It's tiring just to get into
Yes,
that position.
exactly.
This is so simple and easy. I feel like anyone, even with maybe some mobility issues, could even get on a machine like this and not be strained to find those.
Yeah.
Oh, find those spots. I
Find the
love
spot,
it.
find that spot. Oh, and I was just going to say, you can also do the speed. We're not going to do it now. For the first time, we like to keep people on the lower speed, because although it feels like you're doing not much work, it's actually doing really a lot inside your body. Sorry, that's not supposed to happen.
I think I just adjusted a little bit lower there for
Yes,
you.
thank you.
Oh, but Tony, this is
Okay.
absolutely incredible. I got to say thank you, thank you, thank you.
My
For
pleasure.
anybody that's interested in starting this for the first time, do they just reach out to you?
They reach out to me, but we have a lot of branches
Okay.
in Cape Town, and also we're expanding throughout the country. So we're just in the Bloberg branch, but like there's a body roll Cape Town, there's a body roll Constantia, there's a body roll Claremont, and now we're expanding. I know there's one in St. Francis Bay as well for the fancy people.
Nice.
And Velita is just opening, and then yes, very soon. A lot of people ask me about Joburg, coming soon.
Absolutely grateful for this. I have been educated, I've been enlightened, and I think I have a new favorite. You too can get a taste of this. Like you heard, there's so many facilities that you can go visit. Tony, thank you so much for coming through. This is incredible, and I think I'm going to finish off by just...
Yes, this is people's favorite one, the bum one.
All right, guys, you can carry on work. Gents, you know where to find me. See you later.
Yeah. There's a lot more positions, so please come for a session.
I will. Thank you.
There always are, Tony. There always
next.
are. We're going to just stand in a queue for the rest of
Yeah.
the show and wait for our turn on the body roll machine. Absolutely amazing. Now, if you get it, if you've had a back injury or you've got a torn muscle with the fascia, that scar tissue around
Yeah.
it, this looks like heaven. A little bit of hell and a lot of heaven all thrown in. Absolutely love it, Tony. Thank you so much. Well, speaking of heaven and hell, if
Yeah.
you've been following the Tastemaster SA, you get a little bit of both. These incredible highs and then see, man, gut-wrenching, heartbreaking lows. And for Melisha, it was her final session in the Tastemaster SA kitchen, but she has done herself so proud, and we cannot wait to connect with her to find out what that secret recipe was that got her there.
She was great, by the way. I'm
Absolutely
so
brilliant.
impressed. I'm very proud, and I can't wait for some recipes coming through from Alicia a little bit later. And then also we got Kido Zamani, who's here to showcase some new music as well, some collaboration with Big Kosa. So make sure you stick around for that as your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Only you can make my day.
Drained? Dehydrated? You have lost more than just fluid. Recover faster. Add Rehydrate, SA's #1 oral electrolyte mixture.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And joining us on the couch is Kido Zamani. He's a Nigerian South African artist from Lagos in Nigeria, currently based in Cape Town. And he first made a knock to the scene at the introduction of COVID-19 with his move to the Cape. That record, it's called Atom Records, came through. And now he recently released a new single titled Trabaye with Big Khosa. And of course, we need to take a listen to this to give you an idea of what you can expect. Can I just say, flames, flames, flames. This is Kido Zamani on your couch in Feel Good Breakfast Show, man. I know this is your first TV show appearance. Is that correct?
Yeah, correct, sir.
I'm your first. Yes, man. That's all I wanted. This is so good. But welcome, man.
Thank you so much, sir.
That song sounds so good.
Thank you so much, sir.
It's really cool. But I want to ask you first and foremost, right? Okay. You went from Nigeria to Cape Town. And I want to know about that connection. How has the move been, and how has it changed the way you see your musical career?
I've been in South Africa for a while now.
Yeah.
It's been almost 7 years.
Yes.
So and I started my music in 2013.
Yeah.
So I've been making songs while I was in Nigeria before I came to South Africa.
Great.
So my first public song was Catch Feelings, which I recorded here in South Africa when I came. So yeah, and it's been going great since then.
Lovely. Do you love Cape Town?
Yeah, I love it here in Cape Town.
It's nice, eh? There's something about it. I know a lot of people like to go to Johannesburg for the industry as well, but Cape Town, I think it's a good creative space.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it's free. You know, you're free to do anything. Yes.
And that's good.
Yeah. So, and it's safe. It's more safe here than Joburg. So.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for saying that. That's very kind of you. But Kido, just in terms of Nigerian music is powerful.
Yeah.
We hear it in every bit of music. We hear it in the UK. We hear it in the US as well. Yeah. It's become something so powerful. So I just wanted to ask you about, Nigerian music coming to South Africa. You've managed to connect the two and make like sort of a new, I'm going to say like a new way of looking at Nigerian music on an African sort of perspective as well, especially with Big Khosa as a connection. So was that something that you really wanted to do, is to like make sure that the music merges, that it's not like that's Nigerian, that's South African, like try to make it feel like the same thing?
Yeah. I think, with Afrobeat.
Yes.
As a good artist, you should be able to jump on Afrobeat. So I think Afrobeat and Amapiano, they connect together.
It does.
And, if you sing like R&B, it also connects with Afrobeat. You just have to know your way of, moving it around. So Nigeria songs and South Africa songs, they seem similar.
Yes.
You understand? So it's not a big deal for me as a Nigerian artist to jump on South African beat, or for a South African artist to jump on Nigerian beat, as long as you know what you're singing about, you understand, or you know the message you're passing to people that are listening to your song. So I think
that's great.
It's a nice stuff, yeah.
And I love that as well. And I know that your EP, you've been working hard.
Yeah.
Is that something that you are going to release sometime soon? Are you working on a fresh one? What's happening?
Yeah, I have a single coming soon, which is Peace of Mind. I'm going to drop that before my EP.
Nice.
So I'm dropping Peace of Mind next month.
Oh, that's cool.
Of next month, August.
Lovely, Kido.
Yeah.
Well, we're very, very proud of you, man.
Thank
the
you
way
so much,
making
sir.
big moves from Nigeria to South Africa, and of course to Cape Town as well.
Yeah.
And we're looking forward to Trabaye. The song is sounding so good, and
thank you so much,
we
sir.
cannot wait for this particular track to be performed for you from Kido Zamani on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. That's going to happen a bit later, so make sure you go follow him, Zoo the Boy, on social media. And of course, EP coming soon, as well as the new drop. And here are your friendly faces on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, giving you a little chance at something beautiful.
I'll tell you what's beautiful, 69 million rand.
Oh.
That is a beautiful thing. Can you imagine? Just dive into it, swim through it. Whatever that looks like, it could be yours. That is the estimated Lotto jackpot this Wednesday.
Yeah, that's right. So you can play the Lotto for an estimated, like he said, 69 million rand. And that's the jackpot today, and it could be yours. And it could be an opportunity for you to become a multi-millionaire. Not just a millionaire, a multi 96-time millionaire. Wow.
I love that. So you can buy your tickets very easily. Go in-store with a smile. You can go online, probably with a smile as well, nationallottery.co.za. You can use their mobile app, or you can use your own cell phone banking app. They generally have like a little drop-down, make it so easy. Or even easier yet, you can simply dial *120 *7529# for USSD.
I see you're easy, and I raise you something even easier, because if you don't know what was talked about right now, we put all these details on our Expresso social media pages, so you can go check it out and make sure that you panda, push up, play the Lotto for an estimated 69 million rand in jackpots today, but only if you play. Good luck.
I love that. So that speaks to the improvement of one person's life, one family. I like that. But I'm more about that baseline shift of everybody standing up together. And there's certain organizations like the Peninsula School Feeding Association that have been creating the framework for entire generations to level up, and they got a brand new menu just in time for Mandela Day. Cannot wait to find out more.
Yeah, it is an exciting conversation that's going down. And then obviously sticking to the kitchen, we've got so many recipes coming at you. The first on the list, it's something to do with some chicken livers, and it's absolutely delicious. So you want to stick around, Mzansi. A lot to get through in just a bit. Look at that. Yum!
It's healthy.
Fish. That's what we need, bro.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Hopefully you're all feeling driven by purpose, and it's the perfect time. We know we've got Mandela Day tomorrow, but we should be thinking along these lines every day. And I love this quote because it's been used so well over the last few years. You can't teach a hungry child. Bottom line. Well, the Peninsula School Feeding Association, get this, and they've been feeding hungry children for almost 70 years. We owe them a debt of gratitude. The organization feeds over 40,000 children every day, ensuring they receive nutritious meals and they aid their learning and growth. And this month, the Peninsula School Feeding Association has introduced a new menu to enhance the nutritional quality of the meals that they are providing to the children. And as we approach Mandela Day, obviously we are joined by Patrina Paco, the director of the PSFA, to discuss these exciting changes and have a bit of a catch-up. How are you, you beautiful human being? How is life in your crazy space? Because I know it never stops. The need is always there.
Yes, good morning, Graham, and thank you for having us on the show this morning. Yes, it's a busy, busy time with Mandela Day and a lot of the activities that are happening. And most importantly, this launch of our new menu that is happening today. And we are super, super excited about this. It's been 16 years since we've last changed the menu. And yeah, we're just excited about the possibilities that comes with being able to add more variety to the meal, and take into consideration the fact that, you know, things have changed over the years.
For sure, we know more.
Yes, we do, with research, and so we needed to adapt. We needed to adapt with the changes.
And kudos for doing that, because this does feel like a coming of age. It's not a luxury. I'm not going to say that this is you've earned the luxury to be able to make these changes. You have earned the right to be able to make educated choices. What I love the most about this process is, because it happens on a big scale and it happens on a one-on-one interpersonal, when the children who are being aided in this way see how much effort has gone into ensuring that they are looked after, that they are well fed, what does that feeling feel like to you? Because something lights this fire in you and your amazing team. What is the passion driving this purpose?
You know, for me, it's obviously personal. I've been there and was a beneficiary of it. So I know what it's like to be in this space where you know there's change coming. You know that it's not going to be every Monday morning fish biryani. There's going to be something different that's on the menu. You're going to know that when we move from winter to summer, there's going to be a different menu because the menu is now going to be seasonal. You know, you're going to know that there's things like grammage changes because the requirement for a child in primary school in terms of grammage is completely different for a child at an ECD level or at a high school level. You know, so your plate of food is going to be a bit bigger because you've aged.
Yeah.
So those are the kinds of things that we brought in to this menu change. So for us as a staff, we've been working on this for a while, you know, and had different people come alongside us, and even the children themselves, because we had them come and taste and tell us, what would you like to see different within the menu? So they've also had some input.
I love that because they're invested in the process and it's age appropriate, which is just important for their self-esteem as it is for anything else. There are certain nutrients that are needed and you get to see that result. So let's talk about the new menu, what's on the menu, and then we'll get into what a difference it makes when children tap into that kind of nutrients. But what's on the menu? What are you most excited about?
The one thing that we're most excited about is the chicken livers. You know, that is the big thing. And also the convenience of the preparation thereof. And then the other thing is that the children had obviously asked for quite a bit is the noodles or pasta. So we've given them what they wanted. And we brought that on. But then, more importantly, as seasons change and also looking at cost efficiencies, etc., we're now providing vegetables that are seasonal appropriate.
Brilliant.
So those are some of the things that we brought in. And then the staples are there. Your rice, your samp, your soya, your pulchits, those remain, but we're spicing it up, bringing in different flavors of soya into the menu, and and most importantly, those grammage changes that increases the RDA for the child.
I love that, and a big lesson in privilege for me was realizing, like, having a favorite meal, for instance. When you only eat one thing for most of your young life, you don't even have the luxury of having a favorite day, a favorite meal. Now you do, and it's a big thing. It's bigger than I think I can wrap my head around right now. So kudos once again. Mandela Day tomorrow, a great opportunity for you to amplify what you do. How can we get behind you? What's up tomorrow?
So tomorrow we've got a packing at the Artscape.
Oh, brilliant. In
partnership with a radio station, and so we're going to be packing over 3,000, I think it's 3,600 sandwiches, which we're going to be distributing after schools programs at schools. So,
I love it. Go and engage with your tribe. And I think that's often what we forget is when you do stuff like this, you gain so much. But I'm thinking of the generations of children that have been given that platform at that critical phase of their growth and development. It's that most important gateway, and you guys are there like an angel standing right next to them. So thank you so much. The bottom line is you cannot teach a hungry child. And I'll tell you right now, in this beautiful country of ours, there are very many hungry children right this second. So let's play our part. And you can go to psfa.org.za to get a whole lot more details of how you can get involved tomorrow and do it.
Wow, what an absolutely inspiring conversation. I love what's happening here and I love the impact being created. So I think today we're going to be joined again by the director of Peninsula School Feeding Association, and that was Pretina Paku. Now, she's going to be joining us right here in the kitchen now and sharing one of the recipes from their new menu that I think is both nutritious and very affordable. Now, if you listen to that conversation, one of those items on the list was the chicken liver. So we're going to be making some chicken livers with rice and steamed vegetables. It's a really simple way to put a lot of this inspiration together, and one thing that really stood out for me was the conversation that we were having around the impact that this can create. I know for you and I every day, some of these meals could become monotonous, but no, when it tastes this good, when it has so much versatility, you can really see how all of this really can come together so easily. So, Pretina, I'm going to ask you to come through here. A very busy morning for you, from conversations to kitchens. I thought I could steal some of your time and show Mzansi as well how simple and how effective some of these menu items are and some of these meals that you've created. I listened to the fact that you are using seasonal vegetables, so well done, and kudos to that. I think that offers support for the community and the impact created there, but you also have convenience. So let's talk about this recipe, let's put it together, and I believe that we've got convenience boxes ticked like you can't imagine. So talk to me about this process, and especially this recipe and menu that I believe is going to be served, right? Is that correct?
Yes, correct. So for us, the big thing on our menu is obviously the introduction of the chicken livers. The simplicity of it is that it's really a heat and eat. Okay. So for the schools, it means that for the ladies who are volunteer food preparers, it's going to make their lives so much easier in that the spices are all in there, the sauce is already there, so they literally just put it into their pots, they warm it and dish it for the learners.
Amazing. All right.
Requirements.
So we've done the liberty of actually doing exactly that. So we're talking about the convenience that you have. You've got all the nutritional values over here. It's good protein, good fats, good carbs. I know chicken livers, it's a great
vitamin A and
and all the other good stuff, exactly that. So I love the fact that we literally just cut the packet open and popped it into the pan and voila, right? So while we're moving on to the next step, I'm going to put the pan on because I think that's pretty much as hard as this real step is, right? So pan's on and that's pretty much as easy as it is.
That's as easy as what that is. And I mean, you can feed about 6 learners out of 1 pouch of this on a primary school menu. And like we say, you know, the micro and macronutrients within chicken livers itself has a major impact on children, especially in terms of our primary school children, addressing issues like stunting especially, which is a major problem within our country. But then, like we said, something new on the menu is the squash. And 1 pouch, you are able to heat up within 3 minutes and dish.
So this is quite interesting for me because I remember growing up as well, a young kid that needed to eat a lot, and obviously budget is a big concern. And I notice now what you've done here is almost like a cultural remedy for, I don't have a big budget, but I want the food to last long. And I know often we would create stews, breedies, and these saucy foods that had the nutrition and the good protein, but when we added to something like our veg and our starch, it meant that I could have 3 plates of rice, and a little bit of the sauce would go such a long way. And I see that this is kind of similar to those nostalgic memories I had as a kid. Very similar meals. The smell and the flavor is absolutely incredible. So well done on that. And I think we can actually go into showing Mzansi how easy this really is. We've got some seasonal veg that would sort of serve inspiration to a meal,
exactly the vegetables that we use. We use butternut, we use squash, and the rice.
You serious? This is a meal fit for a king. This is absolutely incredible. So I would imagine you take a meal like this, simply place the chicken on top, which I'll actually just do right now, just to show you how simple this really is. The chicken's warmed up mid-conversation, like you've just seen now, and I'm the kind of guy that doesn't like to just have it on its side, but we also got to get that sauce, like we just spoke about now, involved in all that gravy and that sauce and the good stuff. Pretina, thank you so much for coming through and sharing your wisdom and your light to create impact like this. It is so needed and so necessary. And wow, I'm just imagining the gourmet experience that people can have. Look at that, it's like restaurant ready.
There we go.
Nutrition boxes ticked, convenience, simplicity, everything that we came for. I think we need to celebrate this. Boo, yeah, well done, Pretina. I'm gonna find a fork in the meantime and probably chow into this in just a bit. Oh, maybe it's over here in the drawer. Let me just grab that. Oh, sorry. Here we go. Now, the proof shall be in the pudding, as we say. Let's see how good these livers really are.
I'm just going to get some of that rice and remind myself of the good nostalgic times.
You want to do yourself a favor and get this recipe inspiration. You can find it at expressoshow.com. You can reach out to Patina. But, oh, this is so good. It tastes like a meal fit for a king. Absolutely well done.
Thanks,
Love ya. Nice.
So nourishing and lovely and incredible. And that's just Malaysia. That's how it goes, though. And as you may have seen, that just last night, there was a fantastic episode, left us on the edge of the seat. And naturally, you know, some people have to just walk away out of the competition just to make sure that they can follow the other dreams that they may have. And this one was one of them. And we'll get to know a bit more about the journey. So make sure you stay right there. And also maybe a couple of recipes as well from the mind of Malaysia Hosking in the next couple of minutes. We're so proud of you, by the way. So proud. And don't forget also, we got Clem's cookware range as well. There's going to be something fantastic, a non-stick cookware range. We're going to take you through that too. So that's non-stick, but I'd like you to stick with us. You Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Only you can make my day.
I knew that I was going to be going up against Mel at some point, but I didn't know it's going to be down to the wire.
Crossing fingers and holding thumbs that I stay.
So for the two of you, this was very unfortunate. And normally people get eliminated just on that. But now there are two of you. So we really had to dig deep and dissect the rest of your dishes. But we had to put our primary focus on your bakes, as this is a baking show. Both of you again, flatbreads, textbook. Roti, naan, no fault. But I have to say, Renuka, your cake blew us away. To do that on open fire is just absolutely.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. Collectively, let's take a deep breath and a sigh. Oh, man, last night was a lot. Last night's episode of the Taste Master SA Season 5 had us on the edge of our kitchen counters with one of the three contestants being eliminated, and they've all been amazing. Top 3 finalist Malaysia Hosking now joins us following that grueling final challenge for her to share what must have been a life-changing journey, delve into some of the challenges that she faced. Plus, we're lucky enough to get her back into the kitchen making some very fluffy bao buns, which is one of my favorites. But can we give this incredible chef cook a round of applause? And I say chef cook because as much as you guys were baking, they pushed the boat out. You were baking on a fire. You were baking literally in the sea. I don't think they could have found another way, bar going to space or Antarctica to push you guys. Congratulations. Well done.
Well,
thank you so much. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that.
Well, so I mean, after this entire journey, I think people want to know a bit more about you, specifically like us, because we saw you, we were like, this is going to be a winner, this is going to be a winner, and you're still a winner to us. You are. So we'd like to know a bit more about like your background, you know, about the baking background. What really got you into this whole thing? Because we also know that you are a hospitality lecturer and, of course, a pastry chef too, but there's got to be a journey there.
Yes, of course. So I have been a pastry chef for about 10 to 12 years in industry and in most of the 5-star hotels in and around Cape Town. And lecturing wasn't the plan for me. I kind of fell into that. There was a post about a position, and I just really applied for that and got in. So I wanted a change of lifestyle. The hospitality industry is fast-paced. I've been there for about 12 years, and the 18-hour shifts were, getting to me, and I wanted to marry and have a family.
Yes.
And obviously your husband needs to see you if you're going to be
Just a
married.
little help, yeah. It does help.
So I wanted to make that transition and still be able to be in the industry to some extent.
And then you found another way of manifesting this culinary dream. The Tastemaster SA rolls around an opportunity for bakers, those with a foot on the professional, those with a foot at home, and just whipping up delicious meals to really prove it in the most pressurized way possible. Why did you enter this competition? What was that spark?
I always like doing something else, so I've been lecturing, but I have done a few other things on the side. I've opened a restaurant like on weekends. So I had just finished and transitioned into that, and I needed to basically find something else. And I came across Tastemaster on Facebook at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, lovely.
And somehow it just be like, should I try? And I went through the process of the submission, putting in a video application, and didn't know I would really get in. It's a chance you take.
And shoot your shot, yeah,
you just hope that you get in. And yeah, it was such an incredible shock to get the call and to say that you're actually on the show.
Yeah, and the rest is history.
Yeah, and we're very happy.
Yeah.
We're happy on the show as well. But I'm sure that 18-hour shifts, let's start there.
Yeah.
The lecturer thing as well, this high-pressure scenarios, did that all kind of help in actually getting to the competition, especially if you were, under immense pressure in a competition? Plus, there's cameras. And I think nobody ever gets you ready for cameras.
No.
I mean, there's no training course that'll tell you when you're live, there are two things that can happen. You're either like, or you fly, and you flew. So
thank you so much.
So you really flew. So those scenarios that you were in, did that help you jump into the Tastemaster?
Absolutely. Being in, establishments, especially 5-star, there is a level. There's a high standard of turnaround time. And so we're pretty used to that. And I think I am still, I haven't lost that. It's like riding a bike.
Yep.
So I think, yes, I think getting into that zone of Tastemaster and being under pressure, I'm used to that. And this is why I decided to push myself on the show and do quite a bit. I remember the judges saying, maybe focus a little.
Less is more. Less is more. Yeah.
But I just feel like that is my personality, and I wanted to show that.
Nice. You've got to do it, and this is your chance. This is your chance to put yourself out there. Massive following, and I love the fact that the culinary world sees the Tastemaster as an opportunity to jumpstart your career, because it really does. And we get to work with those chefs and those bakers in our world after they've gone through that journey.
Yeah.
What was the biggest moment for you? Was there a moment that nearly broke you, or maybe did break you and you had to pick yourself back up? What was the toughest part of this challenge?
I don't think you anticipate getting into elimination challenges as much as I have done. Between Maleto and I, we have literally been in almost every challenge. Maleto just took one more than I did. And I think that kind of broke my spirit in that process. I felt like, what am I doing wrong? What am I not
must
hitting?
I do?
Yeah, so I just constantly like, sure, I can't constantly be in these elimination challenges. But then I realized that being in all the eliminations, I've had a lot of TV time.
Yeah.
And if you weren't in the elimination challenge, you really weren't on the show for that evening.
Mind, man.
So it was meant to be that way, and I get to showcase what I know about myself, is that I'm really good under pressure. And these elimination challenges were really great. I think not being in them, I would have missed an opportunity to cook or bake something that was right up my alley.
I kind of see this like a little baking MBA, almost.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just this little extra add-on that unlocks the next level for you. And I have a feeling that next level is going to just raise the roof. You have got so much potential, as you've proven in the space. And you're just getting started, baby. Melisha, we couldn't be more proud. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much. So appreciate that.
Could have won this thing, though, eh? Could have won this thing.
You know what? Take a bow. In fact, we will actually just, get a bow recipe from Melisha a little bit later as well, while she takes a bow. So there's going to be bow later. Make sure you stick around for that. And this is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And, of course, we have to move along to something special as well. News a bit later.
Bake more memories with Royal Baking Powder, and you could win your own KitchenAid stand mixer. Be a part of the Tastemaster competition action by watching the show and baking a creative interpretation of the week's theme using Royal baking powder. Then upload it to socials by replying to the competition post, including hashtag the Tastemaster SA and hashtag Bake More Memories. Don't miss the Tastemaster SA every Tuesday evening at 7, repeat Wednesday at 1 and Sundays at 4 p.m. on SABC2.
Oh, you know it's going to be a good one. And a reminder, I cannot wait to see some of those entries, so send in your absolute best. And speaking of best, we have the best timing right now. It's just gone on the hour, so it's time for official duties once again. So let us bring in national news headlines first. Now, the Minister of Police, Senzo Mchunu, has announced plans for his department to recruit an additional 10,000 members over the medium term to bolster the force. Now, Mchunu unveiled his department's budget to the National Assembly yesterday, revealing a 113 billion rand allocation for the 2024-2025 financial year. Now, while noting recent efforts to annually recruit new officers with increased funding over the past 2 years, Mchunu emphasized that more substantial measures are required to meet the demand. Well, sticking to national headlines, President Cyril Ramaphosa has instructed the Special Investigation Unit to probe maladministration allegations at Nelson Mandela Bay Metro. Now, this in the Eastern Cape. Now, the investigation aims to uncover illicit actions by municipal staff and recover losses linked to a dubious streetlights supply contract. Now, according to spokesperson Kaiser Khanyago, the probe covers activities allegedly spanning from November 2020 to July of this year. Now, Nelson Mandela Bay Metro officials welcomed the investigation, with Mayor's spokesperson Cupido Barron affirming and confirming full cooperation in providing necessary assistance. Well, moving over to international headlines, and French centrist Prime Minister Gabriel Attal and his government resigned yesterday, but will stay on in a caretaker capacity until a new cabinet is appointed following an inconclusive snap election. Now, the caretaker government will run current affairs in the Eurozone's second largest economy, but cannot submit new laws to Parliament or make any major changes. Now, this coming through and being said by experts. Now, its role will include making sure that the Olympics that starts on the 26th of July runs smoothly. Well, next up, hundreds of thousands of lives could be saved this decade thanks to a new malaria vaccine. And the head of the jab development team had this to say. Now, Sir Adrian Hill, professor of vaccinology at the University of Oxford, said he hoped that R21 Matrix M would pave the way for, and a quote, really serious, unquote, attempts at eradicating the disease. Now, the first doses of the vaccine were rolled out in the Ivory Coast on Monday, and it is the first malaria vaccine to meet the World Health Organization's target of 75% efficacy at preventing the disease. Well, let's bring on a little dose of inspiration right now, because Good Hope FM will team up with Ladles of Love at the V&A Waterfront on Mandela Day, and that's tomorrow, just in case you were wondering. And it's in order to aid 5,500 children in need and, in the process, attempt a world record for the most volunteers involved. Now, the morning show with Leanne Williams will broadcast live from 9 a.m. until noon, and that'll take place at the Lookout venue. Now, this is where volunteers will make sandwiches, pack nutritious boxes, craft toys, and assemble educational materials and garden kits for children in the poorest Cape Peninsula communities. Now, this event promises a vibrant atmosphere with Good Hope FM presenters engaging in activities with the public. Now, each ticket bought via web tickets will not only fund 40 healthy meals, but will also allow participation during the V&A live broadcast. I hope you get your tickets. It's happening tomorrow, and what's happening right now is the rest of the sporting headlines. Here's G with the latest.
Thank you so much, my brother. Let's start on a very positive note, as Salman Murat will captain the Springboks for the first time in his career. That's in their final incoming series test against Portugal in Bloemfontein this Saturday. So the 26-year-old becomes the 66th Springbok captain and the third in 4 tests this year. And this squad that is now getting very much deeper includes 7 uncapped players, and of course marks the season's first appearance for Rugby World Cup winners Lucanio Am, Mani Lobok, Kobus Reinach, Trevor Inyakane and Thomas du Toit. Kickoff for this very special encounter is at 5 p.m. on Saturday. And if you remember the heroics of Portugal during the World Cup, I think this one is going to be quite an emotionally charged one. So make sure you check it out. Now, speaking of the emotion in rugby, the Springbok women will face Japan in the opening game of the 2024 WXV. And that's 2 on Friday, the 27th of September in Cape Town. So our ladies, they'll also compete against Australia and Italy in the tournament, and it'll be held at Cape Town's Athlone Stadium. Scotland and Wales, they'll be completing the 6-team roster. So that other WXV tournament will kick off on the same weekend, but the edition 1 is in Canada, then WXV 3 with the final 6 Women's Rugby World Cup 2025 spots up for grabs as well. So really, really a big opportunity for our ladies. Now let's turn to football, and it seems that Gareth Southgate himself has ended the speculation. He's announced that he is indeed stepping down as England's manager following Sunday's loss in the Euro 2024 final. The 53-year-old who led England to successive European Championship finals during his 8-year tenure confirmed his departure in an emotional statement, and we quote, he said, "As a proud Englishman, it has been the honour of my life to play for and manage England. It's meant everything to me and I've given it my all, but it's time for change and a new chapter." Very well put. Well, let's talk about a new and an old chapter colliding as Rafa Nadal cruised past Leo Borg. And that might sound familiar because he is the son of tennis legend Bjorn Borg to reach the second round of the Borstar Open. And in his first singles match since the 27th of May this year, Nadal secured a 6-3, 6-4 victory under some wet and rather tricky conditions. Both Nadal and the 21-year-old Borg, they entered the Swedish clay court tournament as wild cards. Now Nadal will next face 5th seed Cameron Norrie, who's in a pretty rich vein of form. He defeated Slovak Josef Kovalik 7-6. That was 7-4 on the tiebreak, 6-4. So we'll watch that space, but that's where we leave our sport for now. If you're heading out to work, let's see if there are any traffic mishaps that you need to be aware of.
There are indeed, in fact, 2 incidents to share with you. Let's start in Pietermaritzburg, KZN. There has been a truck accident east of the N3. Recovery is in progress. Delays are expected, so make use of an alternative route and do plan accordingly. Then in Midrand, in Gauteng, there is a stationary vehicle that's on the N1 southbound before New Road. The right lane is affected there. Approach the area with caution and do drive carefully as we get on to your weather details. And weather news, the Western Cape Department of Infrastructure says the severe weather conditions that lasted 9 days affected over 150,000 people in 6 regions, destroying more than 50,000 residences. The Minister of Cooperative Governance and, of course, Traditional Affairs, Velenkosi Mhlabisa, earlier declared the province a disaster area. Provincial Minister Tertius Simmers yesterday said the technical teams were still assessing the total damage. Meanwhile, the SA Weather Service has issued a yellow level 2 warning for disruptive rain in the Cape Winelands, City of Cape Town, parts of the West Coast and Theowaterskloof municipality. That is for today, so do be careful in those flood-affected areas. Now on to sunrise views. Remember, this is a competition, at least to me, and this was sent in by Aslam from Kochelberg. A beautiful sunrise view over there. And as you can see, scattered clouds, beautiful colors. That's the type of morning we'd like to see. 0634088863 if you'd like to send yours. And of course, temperatures across the country. In the north, quite warm, a bit chilly in the south. Let's take a final look.
degrees in Uppington. Yo, put your hand up, baby. Absolutely love it. I'm trying to pump myself up here and get a bit more positive kind of energy going on in my head because we're going to be making pancakes.
Are you nervous?
And I've never. It takes me about 27, then I get one edible one. It doesn't look edible, but I can eat it. But my kids laugh at me because I go insane because I just can't make pancakes. But we are going to be introducing a new non-stick aluminium range that might just be my secret weapon, hopefully.
You're going to be in good hands because Chef Clem's going to be taking you through that one. So I think you don't need to be nervous at all. Look at that.
Oh, no, he's making me nervous now with that face and that polar neck.
I think it's going to be easy, Mzansi. I think you're going to absolutely love what comes your way because it's not just the kitchen, but we're heading to our superstar of the morning, Keto, in the building. Yeah. International Babies of Mine is going to be performing live, and you are going to absolutely love it. So don't go anywhere. See you after this. Flip.
We connect more countries than any other airline. Turkish Airlines.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, light the fires and kick the tires, baby. We're back in the kitchen. And if you're a fan of no mix, no fuss, and love clever detail, the Woolworths non-stick aluminium cookware range is for you. And hopefully for me as well.
Can I just, sorry, I just want to tell you that this is fantastic, all right? Yes. Let me just, I got so excited about this, I wanted to jump in very, very quickly and tell you a bit more about Chef Clem. You're going to showcase this amazing range to us. Let me tell you a bit more now. Woolworths' non-stick aluminium cookware range is for you. That's what Graham was going to say. Chef Clem is here to challenge us to a one-on-one pancake duel, which we'll go into. This range is looking fantastic. I'm looking forward to hearing a bit more about it. And it's going to be effortless when it comes to pancakes, and of course food can just slide off the pan. And I'll be very honest with you, if I'm nice enough to Clem, I'm hoping to walk away with one of these because I recently dropped a pan of mine and now the pan is no longer shaped the way it used to be shaped. Yes, I did that. Yeah, I know. But this looks sturdier than the old pan I used. Okay?
It is. And we were talking about non-stick. The biggest thing for me about non-stick is its convenience and how quick and easy it is to clean. And this range is absolutely amazing because it's versatile. It goes from the stove top to the ceramic top to the old school. Do we still do that? Do they still make those old school wire style? Well, if they did, it would work on it. It works on induction as well, which is really great. And the thing about non-stick is you get non-stick that is just like easy to clean. But then you get non-stick that is really good at giving you the caramelization and that sear on meat. We're talking about it, okay?
Brilliant.
So, thank goodness.
No, because
sometimes it's a bit too sort of, I'm going to say, weak for the type of flavor and crust you want. So it's kind of boasting all the non-stickness, but not giving you what the cook is supposed to be about.
This has got the best of both worlds in it. So it's got 2 layers of non-stick.
Okay.
Because what's
How
better
does
than
the one layer of non-stick stick to the other layer of non-stick
It's
when they...
magic. It's magic, and it's all in the bonding, actually. And then we've got the 4-layer non-stick range. This is made out of 4 different layers to reinforce, get this, with natural components. And I'm like, huh? Aloe vera and glycerine, that all just helps with the cooking process and the cleaning process.
Sorry, what?
I know.
Aloe vera and glycerine.
I know, right?
I feel like you can wipe that on your face.
Yeah.
Right? If this pan had to be one of our Springboks, for instance,
yes,
it would be Kobe.
Oh.
Nothing sticks to him. He glides through like no one's business. You cannot stick to this pan. You cannot. It's amazing. It's amazing. Okay, so we spoke about the ranges, and let's just talk about the color first of all. I'm very much everything black, all day. So I love the all black, but I know for...
Sorry, what? You love the all black? You
Batman.
just said Booker and you said you love the all black.
You love the all black.
It's the only all black that he likes. Sorry, it's the only all blacks that he likes. There you go. Thank you.
Green and gold all the way.
Thank you very much.
Talking about the green and gold, let's look at the gold range, and I love that.
Yes.
There we go. That's more nostalgic. There we go. I love it. Just stand. I don't want to put that in a cupboard.
I mean, I was about to say, like, these days, kitchens need these kind of cupboards that are open or glass, because what we are picking up here is absolutely exquisite as a decor item. Beautiful.
When your cookware serves as decor item, it's a win-win. But do you want to win something?
Oh, buddy.
You want to win?
I do want to win.
Okay, flank. Here we go. Lock 1, lock 2.
Okay, so let's just go.
Here we go.
What are we doing?
Your challenge this morning, and we were very generous. We actually made pancake batter for you. But I need to say, this is not, it's not a pancake batter. It's kind of a cross between the flapjack and the crepe. We're calling it a puff cook batter.
Puff cook.
Okay? Because you can kind of see it's got a little bit of, like, it's not as thin as like a normal panna cook.
Okay, it's got a bit more backbone. It's got a bit more oomph to it.
Now, here's the thing. I'm not giving you any oil, not giving you any non-stick spray. I'm giving you, what I am going to give you is 2 minutes.
Nothing.
I'm giving you nothing. Okay, nothing. You've got your spatulas with you. Oh, by the way, let me just say, while we're talking about this, on the 4-layer non-stick pan.
Can you just touch that like it's nothing?
I know, like it's nothing. There we go. You can use metal utensils.
Get out.
It scratches.
No, get out.
No, I know.
No, get out.
No, don't say that. That's
even more Kobe-like.
No.
Even more Kobe-like. Okay.
What?
Seriously, metal utensils, you can use it, but for now, I'm going to give you this, the rubber ones. There we go.
This is what Batman uses on the weekend.
Oh, 100%.
That's his pan.
100%. Okay, batters have been made for you. You've got chocolates, you've got some decorations. What's going to happen is 2 minutes, make pancakes, present them in the wildest, most beautiful way ever.
Okay.
And what do you win? I'll ask the boss what you win. But I mean, it's...
Pride.
Pride. Right.
And does it have to be traditional pancake for the size, or can we change it up?
No, not at all. It's not about the presentation, about it being traditional. It's about showing off how non-stick this is, and then we just want to have fun with you guys.
Okay, cool. I like that. Let's do it.
2 minutes on the clock. 2 minutes
I just want a pancake.
There we go. 2 minutes on the clock.
All right, good luck, my brother.
Now, okay.
All right.
So it's a special thank you to Tiffany and Aki for making the pancake batter this morning.
Thank you, guys.
Because that was going to take half an hour right there. But this is a very simple recipe, and if you want it, we'll make sure to pop it somewhere for you to get it. I like Carl's technique there.
Yeah, I like that.
No one's gone for the swirl.
No, we're not going to do the swirl.
With great trepidation, because as I wasn't even joking, guys. It's like, and I'm not too bad in the kitchen, to be honest, but there's certain things that just won't fly. And for me, a flapjack, a pancake. Flapjacks, all my pancakes end up as flapjacks.
Okay, that's fine.
That's fine.
It's a bit of an identity crisis, but hey.
It's just so difficult. Did you just flip that?
You did. You did. So here's a good. Don't flip it. I'm sorry. I'm default. But look at the bubbles. That's when you know it's time to go for.
It's ready.
He didn't even touch it with the spatula.
Are you doing the flip? He's doing the flip.
Now you do a flip. Now you do a backflip. Whoa! Yeah.
All right. It's
beautiful color. I like that.
We're running out of time. We must surely be running out of time.
Okay, fine.
Oh no, you get out of town. Are you doing a second?
Yes. See that technique? And Carl can do that because it's scratch-proof. Yes, he can. He's got that traditional swirl in the cup method.
I'm actually going to do like a crepe style, just to try and get it
done.
Whoa. That's looking good. That's looking good, G.
Just one more flip.
There we go.
40 seconds we can do.
40 seconds. You can go to Joburg and be back in 40 seconds. You got this. You got this.
Oh, I love these fans, eh? Because there's no stick. Oh, this is fantastic. Sorry about that.
That is...
There we go. Sorry, let me just get it
it's happening. It's happening. Okay, G's focusing on his one pancake, and I think that's a good strategy. Carl's got his one down, and he's got his little abstract one that's going to go on top. Chocolate's going down. Sprinkles.
Very
Sprinkles
cute,
going down. What else is G? Something white. With the what was that?
Just a little bit of icing sugar.
A little bit of icing sugar.
I'm going to go straight in there with that.
Wow.
Let's just go for it. There you go. 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. That's still going to do its thing. Well done.
We didn't clap. Notice we didn't clap when we got to 0.
No. We didn't.
But let's talk about
Can
it.
I clap?
Let's
Can I
talk
clap
about
now?
Oh, sure. Okay, let's go. So what we
Okay.
got is, okay, let's start off with G. Okay,
Okay.
G's got a beautiful chuckles infused, and I think you went with the traditional chuckles infused.
I did.
A little bit of icing sugar there.
Yeah, just a
And-
little bit of zhuzh.
And it's kind of, just a beautiful
It's a roll,
tight
so
roll.
you just go down the roll, chow, chow,
That looks
chuckle,
beautiful,
chow.
actually, does
And
it?
then one on top just to let you know what's inside. Okay,
Exactly, exactly.
Carl, I do like this. I've got a thing about the first pancake that never comes out, you know? That's my favorite one because it's got like knobbles on it, it's got like little bits on it.
Little crust. Yeah, but
There we go.
so for that one that I made, I think what I wanted to do for you was actually a new pancake recipe. It's
Okay.
actually a blonde pancake.
I love it.
Not too
nice.
much color on it, but the color, because I knew you gave me decorations, so I didn't want to overpower that with
Right.
color. I wanted to add the color afterwards. This is why it's so blonde.
The impact of simplicity.
Thank
I
you
like
very
that,
much.
baby. I like
It
that.
is very beautiful. It looks very abstract. I'm trying to get the meaning between the two chuckles separated by
Actually, it's
by the
a
valley.
face.
Ah, I see it now.
Can you not see the face?
Because I
Thank
can't
you.
tell the difference between these masterpieces. Let's hear from our studio. Imagine we had a studio audience. From a studio audience. Okay,
Yeah.
studio audience. Let's hear it for Graham's pancake.
No, stop. No. Thank you. Thank you.
Let's hear
thank
it
you.
for Carl's pancake.
Yay! I love blondes. I love blondes.
All
I
right.
married blondes.
So I just want to say a big thank you. I think it's obvious our winner this morning is Graham.
Well done, brother!
Because his name starts with G, he gets a grapefruit.
Oh, I love grapefruit,
great.
man.
You don't want to know what I had planned for you, Carl, if you had to win. Get the cookware, do the challenge. It's absolutely fun. The show's going to be like no more show from here on. We're just making pancakes.
I'll do it, eh?
That's the plan.
I've just made 2 pancakes. My first 2 successful attempts in about 11 years.
No,
Thank you,
phenomenal.
Pat.
These are the pans to
Thank
do
you.
it in.
Wow.
Nice.
Oh, I absolutely love that. I think the real winner there was definitely the non-stick cookware, and I've been tempted to maybe even take it up in the mountain. What do you say, some pancakes? Oh, it would taste absolutely delicious out there. But for now, it's time for something a little bit different. Another episode of Handy Heroes. And today, the experts from Buco Montague Gardens in Cape Town share their DIY hacks and valuable paint tips. Now, this is going to help you make your next DIY project as easy as 1, 2, 3. Just check it out. You'll see what I mean.
Powered by Plascon, today's handy heroes come from Buco, Montague Gardens in Cape Town.
The store's 43 years old. It's been around here for 43 years. It's a landmark store. It's on the corner of everything, so everybody sees it. So I'm proud. I've been with the store for 20 years, and hopefully I'm going to be here for a lot more years to come. I think what makes me proud, I started here in 2003. And I started at the bottom and I've worked my way to the top. And I've got a great team of people. My management team's great. The staff that I work with are great. So I think that pulls it all together and makes it an awesome store. I think our friendliness, and that's an important thing. You know, we got that relationship. We want that relationship. So I think that's why people come back to us, because we're friendly and we want to build that customer relationship with them. We appeal to all customers. You know, we ask the ladies, we ask the gents, the contractors, the messy guys, all the guys to come and buy it because we supply everything. The Plascon brand's just been refreshed. You know, over the years they refresh and every season they come out with something new. So I think it's nice and appealing. My preference is Wholesale. It's a good brand, it's affordable, and it's long lasting. You know, it's an 8-year product and it gives you longevity. It's an acrylic-based paint and I think it's awesome. My DIY tip is do things right the first time. Get the advice, go to our salespeople, they're there for those reasons. Rather find out what you need before you go make a mistake and you've got to redo it. Then it costs you double.
Handy Heroes, powered by Plascon. Together, we've got this.
This is absolutely great advice. I was actually just attempting my own DIY project at home and realizing how important paint is during this season especially. You can't just use anything if you are trying to deal with the weather outside. So pay attention to those incredible tips. And if you are in the area, go head down to those local heroes. They're definitely there to assist you.
When the cracks start to show, our strength and resilience is legendary. Micatex, strong enough to endure anything.
All right, this is going to be fantastic. What we're doing is, the pancakes is what we're going to do. We got the king of pancakes, because this guy can make pancakes at altitude, except. That's Ms. Ryle. I know you're ready. Sorry, we're just trying to We're just going to prepare our best ones for
I
you.
need you to understand that I am really a king of pancakes. I need to get the fluff factor right. We need to get the presentation right. I need to know that it's not too dry, not too moist at the same time. I'm looking for unbelievable perfection right here.
Yes, you are.
So I hope you've come ready, gents. What's up first? Who am I trying? Whose pancake is up?
You're going over to G's first.
G-Man!
There's a whole lot of little love inside there, my friend.
So we can officially say that you won the aesthetic part of the pancake challenge.
Thank you.
This is the real test, my friend. Do I just grab it like
this? You're just going to have to do your best. I can hear the little crunch, the malt.
You can.
That was naughty.
You like it, huh?
Naughty?
What?
What?
Yeah.
Why is it naughty?
Why is it
it's
naughty?
just a pancake.
Are you going to spend your 10 seconds on this guy? Bet you will. Hey?
This is not just a pancake. All right, so is this Carlitos next to it?
That just came off. Because now we're a production line. Now we're making pancakes professionally.
Mine is still like doing a thing. I made that small one earlier, if you want to taste the one that I made.
All right.
It's a very simple one. It's a smiley face, but...
Where's the smile?
This is why I lost. Well, that's why I lost. There was no smile. It's a smiley face.
Well, it's on your face, buddy.
Hopefully after I eat this, we can have a smile, all right? So let's just roll that up. Let's taste it.
The whole thing, go.
Thank you so much.
I do like the sprinkles in there because I give it a little bit of crunch as you're busy getting through it.
Exactly.
It's a nice texture change.
It's fluffy, eh? It's beautiful, isn't it? Yeah.
No, it's not fluffy.
Very fluffy. Can I tell you? It's gorgeous.
Listen, bro, it's got the moisture, it tastes delicious, but it's just lacking the fluffy. That's exactly what it is. G-Man, you came through on the fluff, you came through on the aesthetics. I don't know how you've done it, but you faced your fears and your traumas, bro. Yeah.
At least once. Watch me try and do this again on the weekend, and unless I get the right tools for the job. Maybe that's made all the difference.
It must be. Well played, gents. It's delicious.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
All right, so maybe we should have opened with this one. Welcome back. There is 69 million rand up for grabs, courtesy of our Lotto jackpot today, and it could be yours this Wednesday.
Yeah, that's right. Now you can play the hashtag Lotto for an estimated 69 million rand. That's the jackpot today, and you could be on your way to becoming a multi-millionaire. Wow, that's a lot of money, guys.
It is a lot, but how do you play? You may ask. Don't worry about it. Here's how. You can buy your tickets today. You walk in-store with a positive attitude. That's a very good sign, all right? You can go onto a website with a positive attitude, nationallottery.co.za. How about on your phone? The mobile app works. How about on your phone again? Cell phone banking. How about on your phone again? Simply dialing star 120 star 7529 hash for USSD, and that's how you play.
Options.
And because there are so many options, we will keep them all up on the Expresso social media pages so you can go and check them out at your leisure. Most importantly, just ponder, push, or play.
Yeah.
That Lotto estimated jackpot today standing at 69 million rand. Go play now and good luck. And don't forget the positive attitude.
Yes.
Yeah,
good
that's
karma,
important.
good
Listen,
karma.
if you don't have that attitude yet, let me tell you that you're going to find it right now, because on stage, standing by and ready to perform, we have our artist of the day, Kido Zamani, in the building. Let's take it away, brother. Stage is yours.
Yeah, I go by the name Kido Zamani, and I'm here with my brother from another mother, because we perform Trouble here right now. Watch out.
go do, what you do? Wanna do with you every day. What you do, what you do? Let them fine girls come play. I go do, what you do? Wanna do with you every day. What you do, what you do? Let them fine girls come play. Baby, trouble, you baby, trouble. Who fẹ́ mọ̀ bí mo ṣe ṣàlàyé mi ò lè ṣàlàyé. Ó ń gbé mi trouble, ó ń gbé mi trouble. Who fẹ́ mọ̀ bí mo ṣe ṣàlàyé mi ò lè ṣàlàyé. Ó jùkúlù mú kẹ́kẹ́, ó mú kúlù mú kẹ́kẹ́. Ọmọge ṣe jẹ́jẹ́, ó ṣùkúlù mú kẹ́kẹ́. Ó ń gbé mi trouble, ó ń gbé mi trouble. Ó fẹ́ mọ̀ bí mo ṣe ṣàlàyé mi ò lè ṣàlàyé. Ó jùkúlù mú kẹ́kẹ́, ó mú kúlù mú kẹ́kẹ́. Ọmọge ṣe jẹ́jẹ́, ó ṣùkúlù mú kẹ́kẹ́.
Chini winnie malaba. What's it, baby, on this Jolani? Tula, baby, when you go on me. Ever take to Melanie Mali. Chini winnie malaba. What's it, baby, on this Jolani? I'm a fun responder, so baby. Baby, let me caress your body. No, yeah. Jungle numbers and I'm gonna so that. Woman's letting them is like a holiday. Holiday.
Hungbe mi travaye, hungbe mi travaye. Ó fẹ́ mọ̀ bí mo ṣe ṣàlàyé mi ò lè ṣàlàyé. Hungbe mi travaye, hungbe mi travaye. Ó fẹ́ mọ̀ bí mo ṣe ṣàlàyé mi ò lè ṣàlàyé. Ó jùkúlù mú kẹ́kẹ́, ó mú kúlù mú kẹ́kẹ́. Ọmọge ṣe jẹ́jẹ́, ó ṣùkúlù mú kẹ́kẹ́. Hungbe mi travaye, hungbe mi travaye. Ó fẹ́ mọ̀ bí mo ṣe ṣàlàyé mi ò lè ṣàlàyé. Ó jùkúlù mú kẹ́kẹ́, ó mú kúlù mú kẹ́kẹ́. Ọmọge ṣe jẹ́jẹ́, ó ṣùkúlù mú kẹ́kẹ́. Hey, you see this love that I share? It is something more than chest. You must show me that you care. Why you rest up on my chest? Ah, baby, me. Jọ̀wọ́ gbọ́ tèmi. Ìfẹ́ rẹ̀ wà lọ́kàn mi. Ah, baby, me. Jọ̀wọ́ gbọ́ tèmi. Ìfẹ́ rẹ̀ wà lọ́kàn mi. Lọ́kàn mi. Ó ń gbé mi travaye, ó ń gbé mi travaye. Ó fẹ́ mọ̀ bí mo ṣe ṣàlàyé mi ò lè ṣàlàyé. Ó ń gbé mi travaye, ó ń gbé mi travaye. Ó fẹ́ mọ̀ bí mo ṣe ṣàlàyé mi ò lè ṣàlàyé. Ó jùkúlù mú kẹ́kẹ́, ó mú kúlù mú kẹ́kẹ́. Ọmọge ṣe jẹ́jẹ́, ó ṣùkúlù mú kẹ́kẹ́. Ó ń gbé mi travaye, ó ń gbé mi travaye. Ó fẹ́ mọ̀ bí mo ṣe ṣàlàyé mi ò lè ṣàlàyé. Ó jùkúlù mú kẹ́kẹ́, ó mú kúlù mú kẹ́kẹ́. Ọmọge ṣe jẹ́jẹ́, ó ṣùkúlù mú kẹ́kẹ́. Thank you. Trouble.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah, let's go. This is Peace of Mind. Coming soon, dropping next month on the 2nd of August. Let's go. To the boys. Isabella. See, my Isabella, I'm on my way. I'm not contemplate. I'm on Shango Bay. Before we feel it, see, gone are the days when us you know they pay. Plenty things are way man they face. Surely be my peace of mind, make I ease your mind. Surely be my peace of mind, make I ease your mind. Surely be my peace of mind, make I ease your mind.
inside my Benzema. I've been smoking sativa. Oh my dear, you got the juice and you got the vibe. Show me yourself, let me pay the price. I'm down till I make it right. Baby, give me a butterfly. You make my heart smiling. You're making me happy. Then you walk home and sell me. Iboroki make you follow me. Attention, no felony. What? I'm on my way. I'm not contemplate. How much I go pay before we feel a ray. Gone are the days when us know they pay. Plenty things are way man they face. Surely be my peace of mind, make I ease your mind. Surely be my peace of mind, make I ease your mind. Surely be my peace of mind, make I ease your mind. I did for some things with they make me think. Listen, life can be hard, sometimes no be beans, make you reason. Up front if I do you bad, mama, no verse, oh. Come ease me, don't tease me. I'm not perfect, so when I'm busy, don't be me. I'm on my way, I'm not contemplating. How much I go pay before we feel a ray. This is Peace of Mind, dropping next month on the 2nd of August. Stay tuned. Thank you so much.
Very dry, tight, sensitive skin. Relieve itchy skin in just 60 seconds with Aveeno's Skin Relief Moisturizing Lotion. Aveeno.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. Let's take a moment, whether it's learning something new or maybe reigniting the joy once we have found our favorite hobby. Sometimes it's really worthwhile just taking a moment and appreciating it. So we're going to do that right now.
Yeah, let's do that indeed, because I think this is all about the convenience for me right now. This is something that I want to take into the mountain. I've got the whole nut mocha. This is the Cadbury infused Jacobs, and I absolutely can tell you that this is delicious on another level.
Completely.
And not just delicious, but entertaining too. And I'm wondering how entertaining it would be if I was to see someone like my G-Mans doing something a little bit unique on a horse, perhaps.
Oh, man, it's been a while since I've gotten onto the back of a horse, and even longer since I have jumped on a horse. So you can imagine I was a little bit nervous, to use that word, trepidatious again. But what it did do was give me an opportunity to just pause and take a moment.
Oh, nice. Let's check it out.
Oh, this is looking good. Finding an activity that is rejuvenating, relaxing, and also fun and exciting can be quite a challenge. But inspired by my Jacobs coffee, I am going to take a moment to rekindle one of my absolute favorite human-animal connections. And I'm at the SJ Equestrian Riding School and Livery Yard here in Constantia to do just that and hopefully make a few more friends. Let's have some fun. SJ, thank you so much for inviting us into your beautiful space. Give us a bit of background into how you got to this point, because you've done quite a lot on the back of a horse.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. It's taken us a long time to get here. So the journey started for me when I was 5.
Wow.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to have the opportunity to start lessons, and fortunate enough at 9 years old to be able to get my own pony, and went on to be a very competitive rider in my late teens at school. When I finished my studying, I decided to teach young kids to ride, so kids can come and do what they want to do.
It's a community, and I love it. And obviously your positioning here is absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
There is something about the nature, the beauty, the love. What is it about them, do you think?
The main thing is that they are energy equalizers. If you're sad, they will bring your energy up. And I mean, there's been scientific studies now. They just say you need to be within 2 meters of a horse.
Wow.
For that energy transfer to happen. And I guess the other element is being on top of them. You know, here are these huge, huge, powerful animals, and we can control that.
You get the control by working with them, not by crushing their spirit,
Definitely.
but by finding that connection. So let's go and find my connection. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
We can do it. Oh, and there he is. How's it, brother? How are you doing?
Fine, how are you doing?
I'm good. Please introduce me. Who's this beautiful soul?
This one is Pegasus.
Oh, he looks
such a lovely horse.
Oh, I love him. What's his background? How did Pegasus find his way here?
Pegasus was a rescue. Then we take him to our place. You can't believe now. He's a nice creature.
Oh.
He's going to take care after you.
Oh, I'm going to try and take good care of you then as well, man. Absolutely love it. Should we get going?
Yes, you can get going.
Okay, this is my helmet.
This is your helmet. Safety first.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay, so I'm going to just mainly give you the 2 main things that I want you to focus on today. The first thing is your lower leg. You got to keep it on your toe. You don't want your whole foot going in. Nice heels down. And that just really gives us a nice stable leg in the saddle. And then the next thing is actually our shoulders. If you keep your shoulders back and your momentum back, you've got a lot less chance of falling off.
Broad shoulders.
Exactly. Broad
Embrace
shoulders.
the world. Okay, I love that.
Ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
What an incredible horse, an incredible environment, SJ. The whole community here, they welcome you with open arms. But once you're on the back of the horse that's been selected for you, and Pegasus was the perfect, I suppose, custodian for my journey back into the space, you know exactly how you fit in. It's a shared energy, an energy based on love and respect and compassion. And who doesn't want to plug into something like that? So I have absolutely loved getting back on a horse.
Good.
Yeah, it feels unnatural and natural at the same time. It's a bit of getting used to again, but oh, what a beautiful boy.
He's
so
super
gentle,
cool.
man. I want to say I'm prepared for this moment, but I think Pegasus is prepared to take me over the job. SJ is amazing. You could feel the energy, the bond that she has with these animals. You are so safe here. That being said, I want to give it a crack on my own. You ready? Let's give it a go. Come on. Whoopsie, come on. Let's go.
Whoa! That was a huge one!
Nothing gives you a moment to reflect on those magical times quite like the perfect cup of Jacobs coffee. Now, the Jacobs Cadbury Whole Nut Mocha strikes the perfect balance. It's on the go, and it's going to hit you right in the feels. Oh, wow. That is special. That is so delicious. I think the best of both worlds. So obviously source the cocoa from Cadbury, so you get that Cadbury's chocolate flavor that our families have been loving for years, mouth-watering in fact. And then of course it's balanced out with that coffee aroma and taste, that quality of Jacobs. Perfect, perfect balance. Wow. Well, howdy, partner. It took all of about 30 seconds for me to feel the part. The space is amazing. What SJ has done at her equestrian riding school and livery yard is amazing. If you're looking for adventure, they take you on outrides here. If you're looking for a little home away from home, you can rent space, you can rent a horse, you can buy and bring your horse here and spend as much time as you like and connect with nature and the most beautiful souls. This has been therapy for me. So for SJ, thank you so much to you and your amazing team. But I think the star of the show today, Pegasus, undoubtedly. Oh, Jacobs, thank you so much for giving me this moment. Wow. Thank you to everyone involved with that experience. Absolutely loved it. The bug has definitely bitten again because for me, I mean, you and I love connecting with nature and having these moments in the show. But with a horse, it's a different kind of companionship. But I had to laugh because the first time I jumped it on my own, I had no intention of doing it. But once I got Pegasus going and he was just moving, he was like, I got you, it's all right. Absolutely beautiful, man. So a lovely experience. But I think the best part of it is it's just around the corner. And it gave me an opportunity to just put the brakes on, so to speak, not on the horse, and enjoy the moment. And it's so important, especially in our jobs, because it's on to the next thing, that you do just pause
100%.
and enjoy,
I think, Mzansi, you can resonate with us right now. The world is chaotic out there, so find a moment to sip in that good stuff. Find a moment to take a break, recalibrate, and cheers to all the good stuff that comes
How good is this,
I know, this is crazy.
I thought caramel was my favorite, but whole nut, hands down.
Nice gulp there, bro. I can see why. Wow, it is good. Nice.
Find your wonderful. Jacobs, wunderbar.
We go from our cowboy to your bowboy. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show in the kitchen and kickstarting our Asian-inspired recipes. This morning, we dive into the art of making fluffy, delicious bao buns. These soft, steamed delights are perfect for stuffing with your favorite fillings and will surely impress your taste buds. And we're joined by one of the top 3 finalists of the Taste Masters Season 5. Melisha Hoskin is here, and she's going to show us exactly how these are made. Now, first and foremost, did I mention that I'm proud of you? Did I say it again? I'm going to continue.
I won't stop wanting to hear that, so that's amazing.
So I think for anybody who doesn't know what a bao bun is, let's unpack it for those who have not been in the know. What is it?
Okay. So basically it is a Chinese fluffy bun.
Yeah.
And kind of like, you know, fun fact here, that we shouldn't really say bao bun.
Yeah.
Because bao means bun. So you're kind of saying bun bun. You know, it's a whole thing with like chai tea.
Yes.
So you do like...
Yes,
chai is actually tea.
That's
now you're saying tea. So the same with bao.
This makes a lot of sense. Thank you. No, but you must clear those sorts of things out.
Yes.
Even though in this particular country we like to say things twice, like bafana, banyana,
yes.
bao buns.
And now.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, great.
So let's make this soon.
Okay, let's get on it. Okay, so firstly, what we require is, you know, just flour, because that's our framework.
Yes.
And to the flour, I'm going to add some sugar. Because there's yeast in it, we're going to add some... You know, we need the food source, okay?
That's correct, because the yeast chows the sugar.
Yeah, definitely some salt for seasoning.
Nice.
Okay, and we just pro tip here with yeast, we've got some instant yeast, which means that we don't need to activate it in any liquid, which is great. So we can put this directly into our flour. Okay, so we're going to get it there. Also, just be very careful to not put salt on here because that's going to kill the yeast action.
Okay.
That is completely...
That's such a pro tip.
Yeah, so if you're going to put the salt on, it's going to kill the actual action of the rising. So we don't want to do that.
Okay,
we're
cool.
separating them. They're not friends, so we're not going to put them together.
Brilliant.
I love using baking powder in a yeast product because it's kind of like an improver. It adds more fluffiness, more texture to that.
It reacts, doesn't it? It reacts better. So as the yeast does its thing and sort of, gets the reaction that you want, then of course the baking powder also has a reaction. So you have more aerated, sort of results. Not that I know anything about
that you
I'm
are
just
right on
saying,
track.
Anyway, but the thing is, if I look at your journey,
yes,
you had a lot of ingredients thrown in. And I mean, what are some of your key ingredients in enjoying the Taste Master? I think, what was your yeast? What bloomed the entire thing for you?
I think my passion for food on a whole, and just wanting to, explore that in a sense where I get to share that because I love the connectivity that food brings. So that was definitely my fuel.
Your baking powder?
Yes.
What was that in
the
the
baking powder,
competition?
the rising? I think perseverance and just sticking in and just knowing and just staying true to myself.
Love
completely.
it.
Yeah.
This is great. And now you're adding something else, which
I'm going to add. So we've added all the dry ingredients, and now we're going to add the wet ingredients to this. And one of my other tips, I'm full of tips today.
Please do.
Is that this should be lukewarm. It should be warm enough to bath a baby in. Okay, so we don't want anything that is super hot because we have yeast in here.
So you test with your elbow?
Yeah, you could, no finger. But also remember that yeast is biological, rising agent, so it's alive. So we don't want to kill it in any way. So we definitely want to do lukewarm. I also find that following a recipe in terms of liquid is not something you really need to do because it depends on the atmosphere, your actual temperature, your altitude, so many things. So I'm going to add this in.
And while you add that, I mean, I actually prepared the milk for you, just to let you know, and I made it sure it's lukewarm. The reason why, because the main ingredient over here, of course, Clover's fresh milk. It's celebrating 125 years of remarkable sips and pours. And as a proudly South African brand, you will find these limited edition heritage packs on shelves. We have a few of those. That's why I prepared the milk. So by incorporating the fresh milk, we ensure that our bao, not bao buns, see what I did there, are extra fluffy and light, providing the perfect base for your favorite filling. So make sure, pro tip, use the right stuff, great ingredients. It's very important. All right, so now you've added the milk, the lukewarm milk.
Yes, I've added lukewarm milk. We just need a little touch of water just to bring this dough together.
That's great.
So I'm just going to pop behind me.
That's it. I've also prepared the water for you in that tap. Thank you for Department of Water and Sanitation for that as well. They just also helped out. Okay, great. And so what type of, texture are we looking for there? Obviously, you want something that's going to be quite springy because it's reacting, isn't it? The baking powder, the yeast. So you want it to be almost, I'm going to say, it's going to have a bit of bounce back when you touch the dough, right?
Yes, definitely, Carl. So basically what I want here is just to add enough liquid to this mixture, the dough, because I want a slightly sticky dough. I don't want something to be too dry because there's an action of kneading that's going to take place here.
And the thing is, there are things. Now, after the competition, what are you needing to do next? You see how everything's connected into your Taste Master journey. You're most welcome. So what is your next need after this journey?
After this journey, I have been working on a book, a pastry book, yes. And I love that in the challenge there was the book cover challenge, which was amazing because I couldn't believe that was happening because this is exactly the journey that I'm looking to get into. I've been working on this and I just want to complete it. I am busy doing it and testing out my recipes and taking pictures of them and standardizing quite a bit. So I'm in that process currently. And so that's something that I'm into doing right now.
Are you going to call it, I mean, I know it sounds strange, but you know delicious and malicious?
Malicious sounds...
Malicious sounds like it could be a brand of yours, malicious. Even though it sounds kind of naughty.
It sounds naughty.
But then also delicious, you know what I'm saying? Like, that'd be great, though. And are we going to go for, I mean, I know you're pastry chef, so we're going to go all pastry chef, or are we going to go for some other sort of things, ideas in the book as well?
I actually want to call it more than a one-trick pony because I love the idea of double-duty items.
Sorry, what? I just saw Graham on a horse, and now you're calling this a pony. Everything's connected
Look
today.
At that,
I love this. Yes. So this is great.
So I want to basically call it more than a one-trick pony because I want to be able to introduce a recipe that can, with small tweaks and just adding one or two ingredients, will turn into something different and amazing. So I, as someone in the pastry industry,
yes,
you learn a lot of techniques and tips that I think we are not very affiliated with, novice, and also people that are into pastry.
Yeah.
I think if you had a good recipe, a tried and tested recipe, you could definitely go ahead and, you know, change it up. And with the number of years of being in industry, I definitely can change up a recipe.
This is very exciting, you know, that, and I think for, let's just say, this is season 5 of Taste Master.
Yeah.
I know that there are many, many culinary whizzes on their couches right now watching you and I in this kitchen,
Yeah.
thinking like, yo, could I actually do this? I'm not sure. There's self-doubt. You know, whenever you go into this thing, I'm sure for you as well, when you got that call, you're probably thinking like, is this actually for me? Am I equipped for this? What would you say to the people, having gone through this process, who want to start and say, Taste Master 2, like, you know, season 6, I want to jump in there. What do you want to say to them to get them off the couch and believing in themselves?
I think the first thing for me is the belief in yourself. I think I lacked that a little bit, although with all my years in industry, and that could be definitely a defining factor. But if you know, if you have the passion to do something and that is something you really want to do and you want to get yourself out there, I think you have to challenge yourself. You have to put yourself out there. And that is, I can tell you 100%, if you're on Taste Masters season 6, you will learn so much. Even someone that is in pastry, in the world of hospitality, I understand it, but I mean, you just grow so much through experience and you meet the best people. I think out of everything, the connection aspect for me has been super amazing. Yeah.
Well, let's fast forward for a second. Okay. This eventually is going to become, I'm assuming that once that the proof is in the proofing, right?
Yes.
And so this is going to have this, so it's going to be there, and obviously we're going to cover it with a couple of blankets and cling wrap. As that's what I do at home anyway. And now we've got this, right?
Yeah.
So it's beautiful, and it's almost aerated in a lot of ways.
Yes.
And so now we get to complete this recipe. So is there any skill to the rolling of this that you want to share? Because you're full of tips today, aren't you?
Yes.
So let's go.
Let's just talk about this quickly.
Yes,
in terms of the rising, it needs about an hour and a half, maybe, depending on the temperature. Also, a nice tip is to put it on a little bowl of steaming water if you are in a bit of a rush and a hurry, and that's also going to puff up a bit faster. Okay, so tips on rolling: lightly floured surface. You don't really want to go in with too much of flour because it's going to absorb into the dough.
Correct.
Okay? So, yeah, just a bit of confidence here. Just pull it out.
Okay, and this is confidence. So here's the thing, while you're doing this, you just said confidence. And the thing is, everybody will tell you, and I asked you about people who are sitting in their couches waiting to start their Taste Master journey, as you have, and there's a lot of self-doubt. But the thing is, right, on your days where the dough doesn't proof, on the days where things are kind of not going to plan, or the ingredients are not happening, the dough is sticking to the counter, like those are the moments, I think, where the true test of somebody who is resilient comes out.
Yes, definitely.
So in those moments, for you, how did you get yourself out of there?
I think I said this in my submission video, that I can troubleshoot myself out of anything. I think on my feet, and I have, in the competition, had to think on my feet and change things up a bit. And I think you just have to realize that if something is working or not, really not working at that point, just change your game plan. And it's okay to change it and make it something different from what you planned, just as long as you have something on a plate. I just realized, get something on a plate.
This is great. Well, the thing is, we are going to finish this while you have a quick break. But the thing is, we're going to do this, we're going to cut, we're going to go into the steamer. It's going to be wonderful. Also, we've got some other very, very great Asian-inspired recipes for you in your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're starting with bao. Anything is possible next, so make sure you stay there.
So I can go ahead and cut it.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to Feel Good Breakfast Show. If you missed out, Militia Asking, of course, from the Taste Master Season 5 has been doing a lovely bao recipe. And this is where we're going to take the bao, put them into the steamer. And how long do they go for the steamer?
This could go anywhere from 8 to 10 minutes.
It's got to be
It's
puffed
got to
up
be
and ready,
puffed
right?
up, and you'll be able to see that. But do not open the steamer until the 8 or 10 minutes have passed.
There we
okay?
go. In fact, we've got the full recipe if you missed out on the other steps on expressoshow.com. For now, let's go straight on to some fresh news for you, and Raul is standing by.
Well played. Yes, Militia, you can definitely take a bow after that performance. For now, though, let's head off to our last round of official duties and starting with national headlines. Now, the newly appointed Minister of Basic Education, Siviwe Gwarube, says the matric pass rate cannot be the sole measure of the department's success. Now, presenting her first budget to the Parliamentary Portfolio Committee yesterday, Gwarube highlighted the importance of improving literacy rates. Now, she stressed that low literacy levels lead to students dropping out of education systems before even reaching matric. Now, Gwarube pointed out that it is unacceptable for 81% of grade 4 pupils to be unable to read with comprehension. Well, next up, the Minister of Police, Senzo Mchunu, has announced plans for his department to recruit an additional 10,000 members over the medium term to bolster the force. Now, Mchunu unveiled his department's budget to the National Assembly yesterday, revealing a 113 billion rand allocation for the 2024-2025 financial year. Now, while noting recent efforts to annually recruit new officers with increased funding over the past 2 years, Mchunu emphasized that more substantial measures are required to meet the demand. Well, moving to international headlines, and Rwandan President Paul Kagame is on course to extend his 24-year rule by another 5 years in a landslide victory with most of the votes counted from Monday's election. Now, he has more than 99% of the votes so far, with about 79% of the ballots counted. Now, partial results announced by the Electoral Commission show this, and the 66-year-old again faced no meaningful opposition, with leading figures banned. Now, his two opponents shared less than 1% of the vote, and the full provincial results are due by the 20th of July, and the final ones by the 27th of July. Well, next up, French centrist Prime Minister Gabriel Attal and his government resigned yesterday, but will stay on in a caretaker capacity until a new cabinet is appointed following an inconclusive snap election. Now, the caretaker government will run current affairs in the Eurozone's second largest economy, but cannot submit new laws to Parliament or make any major changes, and this being said by experts. Now, its role will include making sure that the Olympics that starts on the 26th of July runs smoothly. Well, lastly in our headlines, something to get excited about. The Good Hope FM will team up with Ladles of Love at the V&A Waterfront on Mandela Day, and that's tomorrow. And that's a reminder for all of us. And this is going to be an incredible occasion. They're going to be aiding 5,500 children in need and, in the process, attempt a world record for the most volunteers involved. Now, the morning show will be hosted with Leanne Williams and will broadcast live from 9 a.m. to noon at the Lookout venue. Now, this is where volunteers will make sandwiches, pack nutritious boxes, craft toys, and assemble educational materials and garden kits for children in the poorest Cape Peninsula communities. Now, this event promises a vibrant atmosphere with Good Hope FM presenters engaging in activities with the public. Now, a reminder that each ticket bought will also, and that's via web tickets, will not only fund 40 healthy meals, but will also allow participation during the V&A live broadcast. An incredible opportunity. I hope you get involved in it tomorrow. It's going to be exceptional. And here's one last round of all things sport with the exceptional G-Man.
Exceptional, I like that. You win one pancake challenge and you get the title. I dig it. Well, speaking of important moments, it doesn't get much bigger than this, certainly for Salman Murat. He is going to be the new captain of the Springboks for the first time in his career in their final incoming series test against a very strong Portuguese outfit in Bloemfontein this Saturday. So the 26-year-old becomes the 66th Springbok captain and the third in 4 tests this year. And you can see by the reaction from the other players players yesterday even see how much this means to them. And the squad is an exciting one. It includes 7 uncapped players, marks the season's first appearance for some Rugby World Cup winners like Lucanio Am, Mani Lebok, Kobus Reinach, Trevor Inyakane, and the powerhouse Thomas du Toit. Kickoff for this one is at 5 p.m. on Saturday. If you think it's going to be a walkover, just remember the Portuguese and their story during the World Cup. Now, speaking of World Cup, let's turn to the ladies. And the Springbok women will face Japan in the opening game of the 2024 WXV 2, and that's on Friday the 27th of September in Cape Town. So our ladies, they'll also compete against Australia and Italy in their tournament that'll be held in Cape Town's Athlone Stadium, which is becoming quite a rugby mecca of late. Then Scotland and Wales, they'll complete the 6-team roster. Then the other WXV tournaments kicking off on the same weekend. We have one in Canada, that's WXV 1, and then Dubai with the final 6 Women's Rugby World Cup 2025 spots up for grabs. That's how much it matters. Now let's turn to football, and it seems like Gareth Southgate has taken the initiative. He's announced he is stepping down as England's manager following Sunday's loss in the Euro 2024 final. So the 53-year-old who led England to 2 successive European Championship finals, coming so close during his 8-year tenure, confirmed his departure in understandably an emotional statement. And he quotes, "As a proud Englishman, it's been the honour of my life to play for and manage England. It has meant everything to me, and I've given it my all, but it's time for change and a new chapter." Very well put. Well, speaking of new chapters, we've got on the tennis front, Rafa Nadal cruised past Leo Borg, son of the great legend Bjorn Borg, to reach the second round of the Borstar Open. In his first singles match since the 27th of May, Nadal securing a 6-3, 6-4 victory under wet conditions. And both Nadal and the 21-year-olds, they entered the Swedish clay court tournament as wild cards, in fact. Now, Nadal progresses. He'll face 5th seed Cameron Norrie, who defeated Slovak Josef Kovalik 7-6, 7-4 on the tiebreak and 6-4. And that's a wrap of your sport.
Thanks a lot to the incomparable G-Man. Of course, one pancake challenge to rule them all, my brother. Well, let's get on to some of your details on the road. Centurion Gauteng, there's back-to-back traffic on the N1 southbound. This is between Olifantsfontein Road and Brakfontein interchange. Delays are expected in that area, as you can see. And then let's go to Cape Town, Somerset West area. There is congestion on the N2 outbound before Victoria Road. Delays are being experienced, so maintain a safe following distance and allow for some added travel time on your way to work. That's it for traffic. Let's take a look at the weather. Starting with weather news, people living in the Cape Winelands, city of Cape Town, parts of the West Coast and Theowatis Kloof municipalities should brace themselves for more disruptive rain today. The South African Weather Service has issued a yellow level 2 warning that heavy rain leading to localized flooding of roads and susceptible settlements can be expected today. The Weather Service has also warned of extremely high fire danger conditions in the northeastern parts of the Northern Cape, the western part of the Northwest, and the northern parts of the Eastern Cape. Now that you know exactly what you can expect weather-wise, let's get a sunrise view to brighten the morning. And Nelson from East London sent this through, and look at that clear palette of a day. You see, that's the canvas on which to paint the positivity that you wish to see in the world. I wish that picture was around when I lost a pancake challenge earlier. Anyway, 063-408-8863 is my number. Please send more sunrise views. I'd love to see it, and I'm sure you'd love to see your temperatures for the day. Here they are.
right, so wherever you are, I hope it's going to be a beautiful day regardless of the weather. And right now you're with us, and that is a good choice to make because we are back in the kitchen. It is a culinary hotline kind of day, and we are learning about Asian street food from the powerhouse behind the brand Satiate, an incredible restaurant, and Asian street food's kind of a thing. So Beatrice is going to give us a little masterclass in some absolute favorites when it comes to that kind of flavor profile. Thank you, man.
That's an absolute pleasure, my man. And before we also head to the kitchen, we've got something exciting to talk about because Carissa went to go find out what's happening in the world of K-Way's instructional and functional and everything else studio workshop that's doing the most. And it's an important one, I think, for all those reasons that are meaning winter, meaning cold chills, meaning that we need to stay protected.
Do you know what it is? It's like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but the outdoor equipment version. That's pretty much what it is.
That's
you can
what
do
it
anything.
is.
Cheers, buddy. Here's. I wish this was on the side of a mountain with a flapjack, man.
We can just pretend.
We'll just pretend.
Close your
Smell
eyes.
the air.
There are stories of dreamers, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. ABSA.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Good morning and welcome to the kitchen on this very fine Wednesday morning. We've got everything prepped for the most amazing culinary hotline bling! Now, this morning's chef comes all the way from Angola, Beatrice Geraldo. Chef and owner of Satiate Restaurant is with us this morning, and I said Angola, but she's not bringing Angolan flavors this morning. She's bringing some Asian flavors. Chef, welcome to the kitchen.
Thank you.
Now, I must say, when I spoke to you, can I tell them how we met?
Sure.
In the DMs.
I'm sneaky like that.
When you said Angola, I was very excited because like Angolan flavors, yes, love. But then you said Asia, and I was like, what? Let's talk about this. Where does this love from Asian flavors come from?
Oh, well, I really love soul food. My mom, we're from a family of 8, and my mom cooked all the time for many kids, so she cooked soul food all the time. And during COVID, I was looking for something different to do. So I thought of what is the best thing, what do I like to do the most, and what can I do during COVID times, and express it to everybody else. And food was it, and then soul food was the main one. And I didn't want to do Angolan because we're already stuck in Angola. Nobody can leave, can go anywhere. I wanted to create a different experience in Angola.
I love that, especially during the time of COVID. Also, my mom comes from a family of 8.
Oh, way to go.
Yes, how's that? So I like that you took Angolan, like the local people of Angola, on a culinary trip when they couldn't do it.
When they couldn't do it.
And now this morning you're going to take us on that journey. So let's swap sides.
Okay.
And tell us what we're going to be making.
So today we're going to be making a chicken mayo with kimchi bao. So I like to mix up. We don't usually have kimchi and mayo. But the whole idea of being Angolan and cooking Asian is to be different, right?
Right.
So I'll mix it up. So we have a Japanese-style mayo that we're going to make. with the chicken, with the fried chicken, because fried chicken is what everybody loves, and with a bao. The best thing to do is the first best thing to do is fried chicken.
Absolutely. I'm not seeing the bao yet now, but when it does come, I'm going to show our viewers at home what the bao actually does look like.
Yeah.
But it's soft, pillowy, cloudy, beautiful piece of bread. That's just the most amazing sandwich. So, chef, let's begin.
Okay.
Chicken.
So
we're going with chicken
start
breast.
with chicken. We're going to crumb the chicken. Okay. We're going to go in with 1 cup of flour.
You can put me to work, chef. I can be your sous chef.
Okay. So we have baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 of salt, 1 of black pepper or Szechuan pepper, depends on what you like, what your flavor is. Right now we have black pepper, but Szechuan pepper just gives a little more Asian-y taste.
Gotcha.
And then here we've got the garlic, right? 1 tablespoon of garlic. If you want to add some oil, you could, but if you want to get to work, this is the time when you start working.
Okay, let's do this.
Okay, so we're going to put it on the buttermilk.
So we start with buttermilk first.
Yep.
My hands are clean.
Yeah, okay. Mix it all up in the buttermilk.
Hands are clean again. There we go. Okay, so just give it a good mix. And this is going to help that flour stick to the chicken.
To it, yeah.
Plus give it a little bit of a twang, I suppose.
Yep.
And if you can do this overnight, even better, right?
Even better, because then it soaks into the meat.
Do you still need me for this one? Let me see if I can get some tongs quickly.
Sure,
oh, here we go.
Yeah.
The fork's so great. So we can go for chicken.
Great. Chicken.
Into our flour.
Okay. Yep. Then I'll take over from here.
There we go.
Chicken.
I'm going to wash my hands.
The other thing you could do, if you don't have buttermilk, you just can make your own buttermilk, which is regular milk and lemon. Put a lot of lemon on it, mix it up, and it activates faster. So the oil has to be really hot so that it can really crumb. What you want to do is to make it thick. You're going to go on the second time.
A double dunk.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh,
so
it's good.
while we're busy frying, we've got some voice notes that have come through. We just hear if that's true. Okay, the number, it's coming through. But in the meantime, if you do want to send your messages through, send your voice notes through to 063-408-8863. Send us your voice notes right now. Okay, chef, we are frying away.
We're frying away.
Can I start on our mayo?
Sure.
So we're going to go with our Japanese mayo. Could we use regular mayo?
It's regular mayo. If you want to make a Japanese-style mayo, you have the regular mayo. And then you have sugar.
Okay.
Sesame oil.
So that's how you kind of like get that Asian flavor into
that Asian flavor.
The mayonnaise.
So what I did is try to replicate it in ways that we can find it, because you can always find, especially in Angola, you can always find the actual Asian food. So you can actually make a lot of your own stuff.
I was going to ask you, so like, obviously the cuisine, you're bringing through all those Asian flavors. When it comes to finding ingredients, do you improvise quite a bit, like you just said now?
What I can find, I do a deep research and see how I can replicate it and make it very, very similar to...
It smells good.
It smells good?
And do you add a bit of Angolan flair to your dishes, or do you try to keep it quite authentic and Asian?
I try to keep it quite authentic because the idea is to create an experience. So experience out of, for everyone in Angola to have actual Asian experiences within Angola. So the only way to do it is actually to keep it as authentic as possible. You're going to find a lot of Angolan food and a lot of Angolans making a lot of Angolan food, especially the older ladies. And you want to give them other options, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Exactly. And do you think you in your Asian food era, do you think it's an era now, or do you think it's something you're going to keep on developing over the years? Do you think next year it'll be like, whoa, Spain? Or what do you think? Is it something you want to develop more?
Yeah, the idea was to create different experiences. So when I started, I started with Asian because it was the most soulful thing you could find, which was great. So, and we with the Korean embassy, they discovered my food, and they found it really as authentic as possible.
Internationally known.
Yes. And we also noticed that there are lots of similarities between Angolan food or African food and Asian foods. Lots of the different ingredients they're used in different ways. Like the leaves are used in we have the Angolan leaves, the different Angolan leaves, but the way of cooking is very, very similar. Instead of Asians use sesame seeds, we use peanuts. Asians use bok choy. We use banana. We use sweet potato leaves. So it's very. But the method is very, very similar.
Oh my
and
goodness.
everything that I
didn't
do,
know
my mom is like, my grandmother used to do this. And it's like, it's...
Because I was going to ask you, so especially when you're cooking and your mom's present or the aunties are present, how do they respond to your food?
She noticed lots of similarities between the authentic Asian food and her mom's recipes and her grandmother's recipes.
And it must have been
That's how you know that soul food is actually very connected.
And it must have been quite an experience for her as well, like you said, like introducing these Asian flavors to Angola. I love it.
And what we also did, I actually introduced baos to the mainstream Angolan market.
Really?
Yes.
It's
so
you,
we were the first
the
one to make
pioneer in the kitchen. I love it. There we go.
Very first,
But I mean, it's true. So, we're laughing, but you are pioneering the Asian flavors in Angola. And I love that. I love that. So let's have a look. So chicken's busy frying. We've got our mayo done. We've got our beautiful kimchi, which looks amazing. The spice on there looks so good. We've got some pink pickled onions, and we've got some coriander. Don't look at that. I just missed. Okay, so I'm going to go grab the done version in a second. Chef, I'm going to leave you.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, go. So we got our beautiful bao buns, and they, like I said, they are soft and they are pillowy and so delicious. And I'm going to open it up. So we got a bit of a slaw in here. We got chicken and we got our mayo.
Okay.
So is it as simple as frying the chicken off and then creating like a bit of an assembly line, or would you actually pop everything on the table and like build your own with a guest or someone visiting your restaurant? You would serve it up, but at home?
I would serve it up so that they have an idea of which sort of flavors go together, and then after that you can go wild. So
go wild.
The idea is to try it out at the beginning, and then after that you can like really feel.
I love it. And the little bao buns are so cute. They're so
nice
small.
and fluffy.
I like them small like that, which means you can have 10.
Yeah.
Ish.
He's greedy. He's greedy.
They are so good, so good. Okay, so the chicken, could you kind of like we spoke about the fact that you can marinate it before the time. Could we pre-crumb it? And when it comes to time to actually fry it, then fry it?
Yeah.
To make it a little easier?
What you could do, you could crumb it on the first, and then later, then it becomes nice and fluffy, and then at the end, you can just dip it the last time, and then just throw it in. Then you get that extra crunch.
Crispy. Okay, I love it. So, okay, we're going to get those bao buns in a little later. We're going to start building this thing up. Let me get some of those chicken out. I'm going to pop this down on that plate for you.
Yeah, sure.
There we go.
We want them lightly, you want them really light like that. You don't want them too crusty, because then it gets a little too much.
But that's a beautiful crumb on the chicken.
So you get that nice little bronzy crumb. Let these ones fry a bit more.
Yeah, because no one needs medium rare chicken. We're not, don't do that, don't do that. Cook your chicken through.
Cook it through and through.
Okay, so when we come back a little later, we can assemble it, we can build our beautiful bao buns. Do not go anywhere and send us those voice notes. We'll be back with more Culinary Hotline Bling.
Chin, chin, chin.
Sorry.
Looks so
We were still tinging, I know.
Yeah, you can't help us though, man. We're getting so excited for those baos and all the Asian inspiration coming through right now. And I can't wait to see the end of that delicious recipe.
Now let's get on to the fact that Carissa had an adventure. A recent trip to the Cape Union and Mart, the K-Way factory in Ottery. It unveiled the magic behind their sustainable top-tier outdoor gear.
It really is magic indeed, and she saw firsthand the cutting-edge techniques that blend eco-consciousness with quality. Now, this is ensuring all stay adventure-ready. Let's take a look.
Hello, adventurers. We are at the heart of outdoor gear innovation, and today we get to explore not only the craftsmanship, but also the passion behind products that we know and love. I get to give you an exclusive look into Cape Union Mart's K-Way's factory. Let's go. Bobby, Cape Union Mart is known as an eco-friendly business. Talk to me about the sustainability practices that happen in the factory.
Well, K-Way being part of the Cape Union Mart Group, we are obviously also very eco-conscious, and our sustainability is core to how we operate the business. Continually looking in all of the products we manufacture, we look for sustainable materials. Sourcing is far and wide. We look for things that are recycled, that have low carbon footprint. Even in the factory, We use solar power and we have groundwater which is used in our toilet systems. So these are the areas that we look at trying to continually make our products eco-friendly for our customers.
Bobby, I can see the hustle and bustle happening on the factory floor. Do you mind taking me for a look at what's going on?
Absolutely. Let's go down and see where the action happens.
Bobby, if there's one thing about me, I love fashion, and I never really like sacrificing style when it comes to practical wear. So is there a way that the two are married together? What do we even have before us? I really love this one.
Yeah, absolutely. In actual fact, what you're talking about is something we refer to as fash tech. Kind of a bit of a play on the whole technical and fashion side. So we bring in nice fashionable looks. We try and integrate some interesting features to the garment. So as you can see on this one, we've got a bit of quilting on the front, but this is a beautiful warm coat that ladies would love to wear. It's bright, it's got some fashiony kind of colors. We've got designs here, like for example this one we call Shattered, and others are the designs come from our customer asking us to make a specific type of product. And all of these garments here are made using fabrics that we've accumulated over the years with the end of ranges and things like that. So we call them, they're sort of redundant, but we don't like any waste. So we actually convert those fabrics into new fashion styles that we can then put into the market. And our buyers love it.
And I love that too. It's kind of bringing the past into the present, something that has definitely got some history and character, but that's fashion and future forward too.
Absolutely, yeah.
How does Cape Union Mart ensure the sustainable options of choosing raw materials when it comes to their products?
We do a whole bunch of tests to make sure that what we're promising our customers, our products will stand up to. So we've got to be able to stand up to the environment and protect our customers in the environment. And we've got to make sure that the promises we're making about our carbon footprint are correct and right. So we make sure we test all of those things.
Talking about sustainability, let's talk to them about our customer repair service that we have offered to the customers. So if they have a little tear in their jacket, they can send it to KWA and we will repair the jacket for them. So they don't have to go out and buy a new jacket. It's also saving money on the customers at the end of the day. On a monthly basis, we repair plus minus 1,000 garments that goes back to the customer. So that's also part of our sustainability.
Can you talk to me more about minimizing waste and also reducing your carbon footprint in the factory?
Part of the production process is in actual fact always focusing on doing things as efficiently and economically as possible. So it's a big drive to always make sure we have as little waste as possible. You know, we're a South African business and we believe that by giving people, local people jobs, we are adding to the sustainability of our country, of our city, and people being able to put bread on the tables, learning skills. We've got an extensive training program that we run inside the business, and so we're very proud of that.
Oh, well, I've had my training. Let's put it all to the test and see if I can do this.
See you later.
We witnessed Cape Union Mart's dedication to not only innovation, but also sustainability firsthand. Now with each product, it is crafted so responsibly, we know that they are making strides towards a greener future. So here's to adventure with putting the planet first.
Oh, I absolutely love that, making me feel like an eco-conscious warrior as we head out into the outdoors. And for you, you can stay connected by adventure, and that's obviously with Cape Union Mart, and you can shop the sustainability in-store or online at capeunionmart.co.za. Here's to our eco-conscious warriors.
Beautiful, going behind the seams, and I want to go behind the scenes on this beautiful cook as well. Beatrice Geraldo is still here. A little earlier we had some bao, and this one has got some beautiful chicken in it, which I'm very excited about. Do I get to taste? Can I taste?
Of course you do.
Can I taste? Okay, I'd like
Go
to.
for it.
That's fine. You've been doing so well in the kitchen, by the way. When are you starting
Thank
your
you.
TV show?
Oh, soon, hopefully.
You better. You're great. Okay, let's go for it.
Go for it.
That's what I mean.
Yo, that was not a top billing bite.
No.
There we go, there we go, there we go.
It's street food.
It's street food, you can't,
Exactly.
you have to.
It has to be messy.
Okay. First and foremost, sesame oil is like an Asian hack. It goes through everything. It's beautiful. The chicken, how do you get this so soft?
It's the buttermilk, and the longer you keep it in, the softer it gets. So the idea is not you rather use buttermilk than normal milk because it instantly gets it really nice and soft.
And if you don't have buttermilk, what do, Chef Clem?
The lemon juice and the milk, there we go.
If you don't have buttermilk, that's such a great hack. This is great. So what else can we expect from you later? Because we're going Asian-inspired today, Bao, right?
Okay, yeah, we are doing the fish because fish is great contrast and it's light from the chicken. So we're having fish with a Korean gochujang sauce.
Gochujang sauce? Yes, please, I'll take 5. I'll take 5 of those. Right, Chef Clem and Beatrice in the kitchen, of course, with the culinary hotline a little bit later, so make sure you stay there. And you've been doing wonderfully well. In fact, you should also take a bow because you've been such a great supportive person on the show. Stay there.
Are you a handy hero at home looking for your next project? This is your chance to get started by entering to win 10,000 Rand in cash each week from Plascon South Africa. Buy any Plascon product and post a pic of yourself with your product on social media with hashtag PlasconSA. Make sure you follow Plascon SA on Facebook and Instagram. Competition closes midday Friday, 9th August, so enter now. T's and C's on expressoshow.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to The Vibes. We're opening up right here on S3. This is your feel-good breakfast show.
I love that. Lots of inspiration and energy, and there should be energy around a reality. With youth unemployment on the rise, entrepreneurship opportunities are here to pave the way for a brighter future.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, the agricultural space is an industry that is essential to our everyday life and offers a vast range of unique business prospects. Now, the one and only, the beautiful Ayanda visited the ABSA offices in Durban to gain some insight into how we can tap into this industry. So, to take the youth out there to the next level, let's listen up from this one.
Agriculture is the foundation of our society, and by embracing it, we allow the youth a unique opportunity to tackle big global issues such as food insecurity, climate change mitigation, and rural development. By sparking an interest in this sector, we hand young minds the tools to actively play a role in creating sustainable practices and creative solutions and ensuring a better planet for all of us in the future. Joining us today to emphasize the importance of small businesses in the agricultural sector, we have Norman Venketia, who is the Executive for SME Businesses in KZN for ABSA Relationship Banking. Anytime I hear agriculture, I get very excited about it. Now, Norman, why is it important for the youth specifically to launch small businesses in the agricultural space?
The agricultural sector is a crucial component to South Africa's economy. It plays a significant role in food security, employment, and export earning. It's also very important for young people to be encouraged to look into the agriculture sector because, one, it can be a beacon of hope for those that are looking at sustainable livelihoods and economic empowerment for them. Also, young entrepreneurs are more agile to disruptive technology. And looking at young entrepreneurs getting into this industry, I think they can play a pivotal role.
And now for members of the youth who are at home watching this and would really love to follow this pathway, how do they get into the agricultural sector?
I would encourage them to do a lot of research and look at the demands and focuses, but also choose what interests you the most. There's nothing wrong in starting up small, but scaling up as you gain experience and resources. Starting in agriculture, you will be really putting food on the table for many, many, many households out there, and your story matters.
I don't know about everybody else, but every time I hear the word agriculture, my mind immediately goes to land and farming. Does the agricultural space offer more than just farming?
Farming is actually much more diverse and it has various opportunities. For example, turning raw materials or raw agricultural products into value-adding products. The next one, Ayanda, is agri-tech. The young entrepreneurs out there can look at technology, which they are good at, in developing an app or developing a software that can enable farmers to monitor their crops, monitor soil conditions, and also is to manage water usage in terms of farming. And the next one is agri-equipment. So you could be a distributor of sales of agri-equipment or just a service provider in providing repairs to agriculture equipment.
Now you have me hooked. Are there any resources available for young people like myself who would now like to venture in this space?
So there's two components. There is financial support and there's non-financial support. And on the financial support at ABSA, we understand there is many startup businesses out there, and therefore we have come out with an account called the Business Evolve Lite. So Lite, that it has light charges, and Evolve, that it evolves as your business evolves. So what we offer in that package is a 6-month no-fee account. We offer you 35% discount on your insurance premiums. We offer you a working capital with no initiation fee. And that account allows you to also gain access to a Udemy online training that covers financial management, marketing management, digital management, and strategic management. We also offer you what we term a 3-pillar approach in terms of access to finance, access to business skills, and access to markets. We can fund your purchase orders, we can fund your tenders, and we can help you in terms of funding your equipment and mechanization through our cooler guarantees that we have in place to assist you. So upfront, you know what you're getting into by the support of ABSA Small Business.
I suppose there's only one question left, and that is, where do I sign up?
Our details are online, and you could go to www.absa.co.za, and there you'll find the Agri portal, and one of our Agri specialists or Agri bankers will reach out to you. That's how easy it is.
banking should not be daunting. If anything, it should be exciting. And here at ABSA, it is exactly that. With many sectors that you can go into, it seems like agriculture could just be the best fit for you.
All right, well, talk about intimidation when you're taking on something big like this. I love this resource and this opportunity to make that transition that much easier and allow us to all level up. I'm absolutely here for this opportunity. Well played.
Your story matters.
There are stories of believers, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. ABSA.
Now that we are sorting out the small businesses, of course, you could perhaps have a dream too, and it could start this evening. Estimated 69 million rand Lotto jackpot. That is the title of your dream at the moment, and it could be yours this Wednesday. That's this evening.
Yeah, this is the stuff of absolute dreams, and any dream can come true with this amount of money. So you can play the Lotto for an estimated 69 million rand jackpot. That's today, and you could be on your way to becoming a multi-millionaire. But how do we do it, Carl?
We can do this very easily. In fact, start your dream by walking in and going to buy your tickets today in store. You can go to nationallottery.co.za. That's the website, the mobile app. Your cell phone banking works perfectly, or simply dial *120 *7529 hash for USSD.
Yeah, now we really want you to win this money, so we made it even easier by adding all these details onto our Expresso social media pages, so you can go check them out right now as well, right? And you can make sure you're in the running to Panda, Push Up, play the Lotto for an estimated 69 million rand jackpot today.
Yes.
Good luck, get involved. Oh, it's a big one.
You have to keep on dreaming, and we're going to keep on giving you and serving you the most incredible things in a Feel Good Breakfast show. I'm actually looking forward to, your Kido Zamani is here.
Yes.
More performances from that super talent, a Nigerian star living in Cape Town. You're going to want to see it.
Man's actually living the dreams out here right now. So we've got those dreams to live out. We've got some Asian inspiration from the kitchen, and it means that you don't need to go anywhere. A whole lot to look forward to right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. See you after this. Yum!
Notes, if that's okay. We're back in the kitchen for part 2 of the culinary hotline bling. Now, what's better than one chef? 2 chefs. And what's better than 2 chefs? 3. We've got 3 chefs in the kitchen, and we're going to be assembling our beautiful bao buns, plus making some battered whitefish with a gochujang and coriander dressing. It sounds amazing. Melisha, you're in the kitchen with us. Chef Melisha, my apologies. You're going to be assembling our bao buns for us.
Yes.
We've gone through the rundown. You know exactly what needs to happen. Are you someone that's into Asian flavors?
Yes, love it. I actually did one on the Taste Master Season 5, the fine dining episode. I did Asian inspired.
Oh, good. So it's comfortable territory.
Yes, definitely.
You got this. Okay, I'm going to swap places with you.
Okay, perfect.
So let's just go through the ingredients. So, Chef Beatrice, you said we've got our beautiful kimchi, our pink pickled onions. Don't say that too fast. We've got this beautiful chili spring onion, kind of like a sambal vibe. That is good. Some more coriander, and then the chicken. So basically everything goes into our beautiful bao buns. So we've got that slaw and that mayo that we made. So it's all going to come together. And this isn't supposed to be, how do I say, it's not supposed to be a precious, delicate presentation, right? It's street food. You got to get
street food. It's got to be messy. It's got to be crunchy. You know, hold it down and it just strips down.
There we go. Chef, you got the brief. You got the brief. Okay, and then we're talking fish. So
just so you know, the salsa is for the fish.
Yes.
So,
Okay,
So we're gonna
okay,
just
there we go.
keep it aside.
Salsa for the fish.
Yep.
So we got some beautiful, and I can see this is hake.
Yep.
We got some hake going down, and we're going to batter the hake now and start frying.
Yep.
Can you talk me through the process of battering our hake?
Sure. First, the oil shouldn't be so hot, that's why I pulled it out a bit, so that the fish can still be moist. We put the flour and the baking powder first, just to make it nice and soft.
And the
then
baking powder also gives us like a little bit of like a texture. I want to say it adds air to the batter, but it's kind of just gives it a light and crispy texture.
Yep. Mix it up nicely. Put in some salt, and then you put in some milk. So we want it a bit light.
So
we don't want it too thick.
Yeah. Cool, so while you're busy mixing that up and we're getting our fish battered, I'm checking on Chef Mal, doing the things, yes. We've got a couple of voice notes, let's have a listen to those real quick.
Good morning, Expresso. I'm on the culinary hotline, bling, bling, bling. So what I'm seeing here is looking great so far, but what I want to know is, sorry, when I seem to fry anything in crumbs or batter, I always seem to land up with the crumbs still in the pan and not on the chicken. What is the secret? What is the secret? What can I do to make sure that it doesn't come off? Thank you. Have a blessed day further. Bye.
Do you want to answer that question or should I?
You can do it.
Okay, I'll take it. So a lot of times when you're deep frying food and the batter doesn't actually stick to the food that you're deep frying, the simple way to solve that is to batter, like we did earlier, batter our chicken and let the chicken sit for about 5 to 10 minutes. And during that time, what happens, the moisture on the chicken and the moisture of the liquid, which we used, buttermilk, gives the flour a chance to hydrate. When the flour hydrates, it really sticks to the food. So that's the trick. Let your fish, chicken, whatever you are deep frying, sit with that crumb or that batter on there for like a little bit, a minute or two, or like I said, if it's a dry batter like the flour we do with the chicken, let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes. That way it's really going to stick to your chicken. Another thing is don't overcrowd the pot or pan when you're deep frying. If you add too much to the pot, that oil temperature is going to drop down, and the temperature is going to start kind of steaming and boiling whatever you're cooking versus deep frying it. So that's the thing. Let it sit in that batter and make sure you don't overcrowd your pan and preheat your oil. Also very important. Hope you got all of that. I talk a lot, eh?
No, you're doing good.
Okay, there we go. Update, let's see. Our beautiful bowls. Oh, yes, beautiful bowls.
Yeah.
Those are stunning. Those are stunning.
Then we put the mayo right over the chicken.
There we go. Let's talk about our fish. So our fish is looking good, and that's going into the oil now.
We've put it in, and now we just make sure the oil's not too hot, and we just throw it in.
There we go, and that's that sizzle.
That's sizzle.
That gentle sizzle.
Slight sizzle, that's right, the gentle sizzle.
While you're busy with that, let's talk about the sauce. So can I start putting things together for our beautiful sauce? Sure. So I see we've got sesame seeds, and we spoke about sesame oil later, and I think I should just say, it's kind of obvious, but sesame oil comes from sesame seeds, and there's oil in them right now. So if you want to bring out that nutty flavor, toast them like we've done over here. We're going with garlic.
Yep.
So tell me about ingredient-wise. We spoke about some of the leaves from Angola that's similar to, that's used a lot in Asian cuisine.
Yep.
What other similarities in ingredient-specific do you find stretch across Angolan cuisine and Asian cuisine?
I think it's mostly the nuts. The sauces are made of the same type of nuts. Like we have a lot of we use a lot of sesame seeds in the south. In the north, we use the peanuts. The oils also, we also use the similar sauces.
Okay.
Yeah, so we make also, we use a lot of palm oil in the north, and then in the south we also use a bit of sesame. So we kind of have almost very, very similar tastes. It's just the assembling seems different, and there's also a lot of fermentation done especially in the food from the south, a lot of fermentation done. So that makes it, that brings Asian food and African food together, Angolan food.
Who would have thought about that? That's absolutely amazing. Okay, this sauce looks wildly delicious. I mean, you could put this on anything and I'm sure it'll taste amazing. That looks so good. Before we get into the next step, let's have a listen to another voice note.
Good morning, Expresso presenters. I just want to know, how do you get that pickled onions, the color? What change the color of the onions? Because I like to try new things, and what I see on that dish, it looks nice and delicious, and it's good for a person that is diabetic.
I love that. My favorite line out of that whole voice note was, I like nice things. Me too. Me too. So, Chef, do you make pickled onions at home?
Yes, definitely.
Do you want to take this one and tell our viewer how I would make the pink pickled onions?
Yeah, so basically all you do is slice up some red onion and put it in some vinegar and some sugar and some salt. You could add, other additives to it, like bay leaf, peppercorns, if you wanted to add up the flavor. But that vinegar actually draws out that beautiful pink color that we're getting. So, yeah, pink onions from red onions.
And then to our listener at home who said something that you mentioned being diabetic, I've made pickled onions without the sugar before.
Yes, you can.
And you can dilute that acidity by adding a little bit of water to it as well. You don't need the sugar. The sugar's just for a bit of balance, but you can get that beautiful tang from the onions without the sugar. Anyway, nice one. Nice one. Okay, so here's your difficult question.
Okay.
If I can't get my hands on hake, I don't know why I can't. Let's just say, what other fish would be a good substitute for?
Any white fish.
Any white fish?
That's why the recipe says white fish, because it's a wide range of white fish. You don't want to limit yourself to just hake or any other white fish. So any white fish is softer and it's easier to eat with a bowl.
There we go. Yeah. How do we plate this out? How do we finish our fish dish?
Okay. Just to finish up the chicken one, we'd like to put an excessive amount of the mayo on top.
Okay.
Just to give it that...
An excessive amount of the mayo?
You want to make it as street foodie as possible.
There we go. And I do like the addition of the corn. I think that little bit of sweetness of the sweet corn in there is absolutely amazing.
And it also gives it a bit of crunch.
Nice. Okay, great.
Okay.
Fish.
Now for the fish.
I see we only have 2 pieces now. It's not a starter. It's what we got at the moment. Should I pop this in the oil salon?
Sure.
And then I'll swap sides with you so you can begin plating up for us.
That's great.
Can I get out one? Okay, thank you. So for this one, we want to get... We always put in pickles because I think pickles give it that sugar, that nice sweet taste to contrast the bit of the bitterness and the umami on it. So we want to always put the pickles at the bottom.
Can I give you this one, this plate, Chef? There we go. And I just literally put my fingers on there as well.
It's all right. I'm sure they're clean.
They are.
So we got the pickles first, okay? And apart from another tip for getting the pickles, the onions, if you don't have red onions, because sometimes they're difficult to find, you can throw in 2 slices of beetroot on it.
Oh my word, that's a good idea, yeah.
And it gives it a sharp taste, especially if you want to do it fast. If you want to leave the onions, you want to use it after an hour, like the beetroot is a good choice.
That's a great pro tip.
So after the sweetness, we want to add the umami. And there's a lot of nice daikon in here, good chunks of daikon.
And is this something that you would make in Angola or something you can actually buy?
I make my own kimchi because it's not so easy to find. So, and people usually also buy it from the restaurant for their homes. It's very difficult to find kimchi, but we're starting to have a couple of places source it. But for now, most of it is just made.
And again, I'm going back to the fact that you are pioneering new flavors in Angola, and I think that's amazing.
Thank you. Okay, then we have our fish.
I got the fish. Chef Mal, talk to me about next steps. What's happening? What's happening? It's Tastmasters now, so what's happening moving forward with the rest of the year, next year?
Yeah, so as I spoke to Carl about, just getting on with the book and testing out recipes and getting that formulated, just off Tastemaster, I just want to be able to bring that out because, that's part of the reason that I wanted to be on the show, to get some exposure as well. So, yeah, just doing that, gone back to my job as a lecturer.
Oh, wow.
And kind of crazy because it's obviously students that have been watching and just colleagues that have been watching. So there's a whole base of people that constantly are asking and checking in. So pretty cool experience.
I love that. Chef Beatrice, what's next steps for you? You've visited South Africa now. You're going home tomorrow, I think?
Yeah, I'm going home tomorrow.
What happens? What's next steps for Chef B?
Well, I have a food truck. Apart from the restaurant, I also have a food truck. So we're trying to add in a food truck. And we own a second food truck because the food truck has been getting really busy. And I'm also, the reason I was here in South Africa is also I'm interested in expanding here. So I've been looking around, seeing if there's any, if I can get something out here too.
Was it a positive trip?
Yeah, it was a really positive
Well, you
trip.
with us.
Yeah.
So it's positive to us,
Yeah.
though, absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's say, if this restaurant happens to happen in South Africa,
Yeah.
what can our viewers out there look forward to flavor-wise?
I think we are looking into something a lot more authentic than the usual. Our recipes try to be as authentic as possible. and as soulful as possible. So yeah, trying to get the most authentic bao that you can, the most authentic Asian bao out of an African woman.
There we go. Put that on a T-shirt. Thank you both so much for being in the kitchen with us this morning. The food looks phenomenal. That is piping hot. These bao buns look delicious. I'm pretty sure. Guaranteed. South Africans got to try this. They'd be so happy. Satiate, the South African edition. We are here for it. Thank you so much, everyone. We'll be back next week with more Culinary Hotline Bling!
I think I'm ready to book my tickets to Asia, man. That was delicious stuff. Thank you so much for coming through and inspiring us. But we asked you if you could inspire us with something a little bit funny, right, Carl?
Yes. Okay, so as you can see, what's the funniest thing that ever got sent to your family's WhatsApp group? No, it's not that picture of G. There's something else there. Just share the last with us via voice note if you can, as well as on socials too.
Yeah, let's see what Mzansi has to say. Okay. I was thinking about some of the messages in my family group. It's just lots of fights and chaos. But Ntuli says, my brother sent his girlfriend's text by mistake of her telling him she's suspecting that she's pregnant.
I will never sleep.
What would you do? What do you say?
No, you know what you can do, right? Even if it's far from April, you can say, ha, April.
Got you.
Even though it's November. That's all you could do.
I don't know what I would do. Oh, man, that's crazy. But let's see. Tokozana TK Fidi says, good morning, team. So this other day, I was trying to send my cousin a video of me singing and dancing to one of Beyonce's songs. But I didn't recheck where I have pressed the Boom Family WhatsApp group. And everybody was busy laughing because of the way I was singing, but they loved the dance. She just pressed it, boom, family group WhatsApp. Oh no! I can just picture that happening. Oh my goodness.
And then Avomelia, I suppose another dancing one. I wanted to send myself dancing Cholawam to my sister from my mother's phone, and I accidentally sent it to the family's group. Every time my family sees me, they want me to dance for them. Families, they will exploit you. Once you show a talent, they will exploit you. It's happened before. It's like that.
Look, we've got lots more to get through. Karen Thomas says, we arranged a surprise 40th for my niece, and everything was hush-hush for months until I asked who will be attending on the family chat on the morning of the breakfast party. Yep. She was on that chat as well. Oh,
no!
Surprise!
That's so blind. Thank you very much for sending those. That's fantastic. In fact, on your family group at the moment, they should be saying that Kido Zamani will be performing in the next couple of minutes. You should watch Expresso ASAP, and that'll be on S3. If that's not in the group yet, put it in there now.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, yes, Mzazi, welcome back. This is your feel-good breakfast show.
Time for music from Kido Zamani.
Yeah, this is My Lover, and it's featuring Cairo CPT. Enjoy.
Let's go. Will you be my lover? Will you be my lover? Only one desire. Let me be your lover. More fair share. Will you be my lover? Only one desire. Let me be your lover. More fair share. Oh, up, 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 up in the sky. Up, up, up.
TV. Thanks for having me, man. It's a wrap. Thank you so much, everyone.
Another feel-good production.
Experience an explosion of smooth tropical flavors in every sip with a new Tropica Zanzibar Sunrise. Nothing smoother.